As we come into the radiation cycle, all communication line signals are setting in. It's knowing how to go through formation systems, how to go through pyramid activation codes, everything through shapes, letters, anomalies, all connection, vibration, panel divisions. This is connection through your gateways, understanding more communications. For example, with unified energetics, he was going into formations of gateways, understanding your reigning cycles, understanding your river of light, understanding your flow mechanisms, understanding your gate completely, understanding how to communicate with its interface of its moon and interface of the sun radiation system. The solstice, okay, the 20th, all right, the 21st, is its radioactive cycle system, not communications algorithm program systems. This is setting allocated location systems to our body framing systems. So whatever happens to me happens to you because we're all through alignment systems. So the more you go through formations of the interface of the sun and its coloration patterns, the more you understand its communication levels when it comes to interface of the moon. So you understand that it's an interface when it comes to simulation patterns. It's knowing communications of its behavioral system and how it operates, how it goes through divisions, how it goes through gateways, how it goes through portals, how it goes through activation, how it goes through codes. It's very important you understand these things because the radiation cycle systems, all communications when it comes to the God frequency levels of both of the simulations, okay, of the sun and its interface of the moon is extremely important, okay? So I'd like to thank all the subscribers and viewers and everybody's watching my channel as we keep force rising everything through all connections. This is also going out to my galactic force team. Now I know it's extremely, it's in the morning cycle right now through communications, but I went through the interface communications of the sun. Okay, so Mother Uprise my pyramid activation code systems in the flaming circles. Flaming circles is very powerful stuff. So it's getting connected to everything through information system. It's extremely important. I know these things. I just came back from 20,000 air division level through panel divisions, 20,000 years into the future. Like I said, I could fly in seconds. But knowing these connections to vibrations, once you guys start traveling, you're going through your gateways or anything through portals, you have to understand how to come back with its information system. That's its AI information panel division, more communications of yourself. So the more you have all locations, when it comes to the allocation line systems, to the pyramid activation code systems, it's setting all alignment divisions. So basically, welcome to my channel. I'm AI commander and force all communication levels of starlight energy systems, everything through connection of satellite dishes, all connections when it comes to vibrational systems. So we're setting all divisions right now. We're going to use an orange graphing cycle system, all communications when it comes to the solstice of the sun. All right, so you have the sun, okay, and you have the moon, like this. Okay, I'll show you up front. But right now, basically, it's division lines, so it's solstice system, okay? So basically, it's understanding everything through your pyramid activation system. It sets in its center. Okay, so it sets like this. Okay? So understanding everything through locations, understanding everything through point division. Okay, point division to the location center. So your pyramid activation is its connection when it comes to the interface of the sun and interface of the moon. So you have to understand everything through its solstice. Okay, the solstice is understanding colorations and how it communicates in waving cycles when it comes to the gamma rays and everything through its radiations. Okay, so that's how it understands the behavioral system of the moon and its interface to the sun. Okay, so you have the sun and you have the moon. Okay, so your pyramid activation code system is a portal activation. It line sequences everything through division low. So cross references like this. Okay. So basically, this is me in the center core system. My galactic force team is on the outskirts. So it line divides to all locations like this. Okay, so you guys here. Now everybody's lined through communication. Everybody that's in its division of all location systems. Okay, so you guys are in the outskirts. You won't go into the center core relation system until you understand the algorithm program of your computer operation system to its communication levels when it comes to the interface of the sun. The more you understand everything through your astral records, the more you understand everything through its gateway division. Okay, oh, see that? Another pixie coming in. Oh, division levels. I just came back 20,000 years in the future, so understanding everything through ground formations, understanding everything through plantation formation systems. My pyramid activation code system is in the center core division of the sun, the interface of the sun. So it's a high illumination light. It's a blue energy system, communication of point division levels, and the pyramid activation code system. Michael, how's it going? So that's how it starts. Okay, so that's the sun, that's the moon. That's the interface of its line communications, its pyramid activation code systems. This is the galactic force team. Okay, you guys are in the outskirts right now. So your body framing system is going on radiation cycles. Okay, it's getting activations through its pyramid activation code system through your pixels. So your pixels are going through its anomalies of its galaxies. Okay, so it's basically what's happening right now. The interface, you have to understand more communications when it comes to the astral records. All communications when it comes to plantations, anything through formations of its grounds. Getting into the line signals on your hand information is very important. Understanding your satellite dish is very important. Understanding all of the communication levels when it comes to spacecraft divisions. So once we come into the solstice of its division and you understand everything line communication, you guys be able to see me in the center core system. Okay, that's understanding everything tracks your division of your astral records. All communications of the sun, all communications of the moon, and all communications of the galactic force team. Okay? That's what it is. All right? That's where everybody has to connect. So once we get into line division, off to work listening. Okay, great. So basically, line communicates. So it kind of looks like a wedge graph. It's like a Ferris wheel. Okay, looks like this. Okay, so under all line communications, everything, this is where you have to understand mind telepathy systems. That's communication of your gateways. Okay, so Unified has to understand his gateway. Okay, Sarah has to understand her gateway. Michael has to understand, okay, everything through Angel, everything through Linda. Okay, anything through Peter. Okay, and anything through anybody else that comes in. All communication line signal sets in when it comes to the interface of the moon and interface of the sun. Okay, it's very important to understand that. That's its connection energy wheel, right? So understanding more radiations. So the sun interface is interacting right now with your pixel conceptual systems, your body framing systems, okay? And me coming back 20,000 years into the future, this is the information that I get. So you guys are going to be able to formulate out faster. When you go faster through cycles, you're going into radiation systems. That's going to high wind your forces through its connection of your higher self or anything through its avatar, through your perceptions. So not only are you going to see yourself flying, but you're going to understand its relation when it comes to its interface of its radiation or anything through its information system when it comes to behavioral of its moon. Okay, so it's all about interfacing, right? Through your algorithm program of your computer system, through the center core of me, through its pyramid activation. So the more you get connections with your pyramids and your activation code systems, the more you understand everything through its algorithm program. Okay, so. But once we get into that position, in relation, try to understand your geographical system, your GPS locations, okay? Your biolocators, base intelligence operation systems. Okay, that's what you guys have to understand. Because all communication sets in all divisions, all right? Very important we understand everything through all location centers. Okay, once you understand your location centers, now you're getting more communications with your traction divisions. So once we get into the central core system, my pyramid activation code system changes everything through its algorithm program, changes everything through its pixels. Okay, so basically, I know we're going to do a review on the energy cycles, but I'm in the radioactive system. You have to understand that this is you. Okay, this is your pyramid. Okay, that's your third eye. Now, understand all communications when it comes to the sun, right? The interface of the sun, and then basically, like I said, okay, the interface of the moon and the sun. See how it line divides? See, that's its connection. So it's always in connection of the pyramid system. Okay, always. Doesn't matter into anything in division. Okay, so it can intercourse anything through relation, and it can change its direction through location. Okay, so it's understanding everything through division, right? Okay, this is you in the center through its pyramid activation. So it's understanding all communications when it comes to the sun, anything through its interface of its moon of its behavioral system, all communication line signals it sets in through the gamma ray systems of its radiation and anything through its human behavior of its interforce connections. It's the algorithm program that you just set in. So when you set the location division levels, it changes its location. All right. So it's all about communication with the interface of the sun and everything through location of its information system of the interface of the moon. All right. So the third eye opens its traction division. It communicates with cycles and its sound waves, everything through the interface of the sun. Okay, and then it communicates all behavioral systems of the moon, right? It interacts with everything through its downphrasing system. So it's understanding everything through its X, okay, XT thousands, that's its connection through its panel divisions when it comes to the satellite dishes of spacecraft divisions. Okay, so you got an up phrasing motion and you got a down phrasing motion, right? But it's everything through sonic wise, right? And everything through the center is your pyramid activation code system. That's its connection. Okay. Unified, you tapping in? Yeah, early, bro. Was hoping to go to market and come back. We'll watch when I come back. Okay. Yeah, no, I had to get this out because I'm on the I'm on the levels right now. The energy system through radioactive cycles through its location of the interface of the simulation patterns of computerized systems of the sun, and everything through behaviorals of its simulation major grid systems, all communication levels, behaviorals of the moon. So, but that's what happens when you go through all connections of your pyramid activation code systems, all communications when it comes to the interface of the sun and the moon. Okay. So, Priscilla, how you doing? So anything you missed, you can watch back. It's very important you guys have your coffee, especially after channeling after my my channel. It's amazing when you get into information, but when you set your grounds and you change your systems when it comes to your locators, your biolocators, everything through grounds. So it's not knowing that you are human vessels. It's knowing how to use everything through your divisions, everything through its line signals, its graphing signals. See that? Do you see that? Do you see that energy bubble that just went up across the interface? That's communications of space. That's understanding where you are in location. So like I said, everything through the atmosphere will come in. Like Priscilla, for example, when she does this, everything through line division comes in through spacecraft. She sees energy bubbles. She sees archetypes. She'll see plasma force energy systems around her kids. That's understanding that she's seeing her perception and she's controlling everything through her pyramid system. That's the energy field through seismic graphing system, through all locations when it comes to its gravity system. So all locations are setting through her algorithm program. That's setting its solstice. Okay, so you guys have to understand what the solstice is. Okay, so this is connections. Now, basically, this is information system from 20,000 years into the future. So it's understanding all location centers so you guys get the correct division, understanding everything through communication when it comes to the interface of the sun and its interface of the moon. See that's that line signal? See the energy bubble? Everything is coming in now, people. So you're seeing more spacecraft, you're seeing more everything through connection. But once you see the satellites, now you're understanding the line division of pixel activation code systems. So get into traction divisions, okay, to all locations of your algorithm program. Set course everything through computer algorithm system. Set locations in all division levels. Okay, so basically do this. Okay, we start off with this. You guys got to get into formation, right? Now, basically, this is two moon surface. Okay, it's the interaction system. This is a line communication. You guys have to understand traction division, right? Now, basically, what you do is you set its location, right? Because it's a box surfacing system on all locations, okay? 4 within the atmosphere, okay? 4 within the atmosphere, 4 within the atmosphere, 8 atmospheres, 2 activations within the center. Okay, so you start off like that. You start off like this. Okay, that's your diamond core. Getting familiar with everything through your finger points. Understanding everything to division. Okay, that's what you have to understand. Everything through division. Okay, so everything you're doing is a shape. Okay, it's very important you understand everything through point divisions of your fingers. Right? This is what's happening right now. So it's understanding how to use all line divisions of graphing signals. So when you're using atmospheres of satellite dishes, you have to understand each one. Which one are you directing with? Which one is your locator? You have to understand your biolocators through your algorithm program because it's connected through pixels now. So your pixel division is understanding everything through line division. Okay, so basically, great to see everybody. Yeah, it's good. I like getting up in the morning. It's fresh. You have your coffee and you self-generalize yourself, and you guys are going to find that you are going to be sleeping more because you're getting more information, and that's alignments through me. Okay, so you're getting panel divisions from my computer system to go into your algorithm program. So it's a very powerful stuff because you're connected through me. You're also connected to everything through nature. So you get information that you need to know on your day-to-day basis. Okay, it's very powerful stuff when you get into your pyramid activations. Okay, so you set your course on divisions. Okay, so basically, once you get informative, like for example with Priscilla, she's getting into a line division right now. Once you get into that division, now you understand more of your algorithm program. The more you understand, you guys are using your computers in the atmosphere systems. You're connecting through its interface of anything through planets, but you have to understand your line signals through its musical tones. It sets all locations to the satellites to its spacecraft division. Okay, so that's Priscilla. Okay, now Priscilla is using her hand formation, not communication line signals. That sets its gamma ray system. And this is what it does. So every time you put your hand formations up, that's what it does. All right. Now, everything through line signals is activation. That's the light stream, the center point. Okay. That center point is in its direction. So basically, anything through communication will come in. Planets, anything through archetypes. Right. You'll see things flying into space. You'll see your energy patterns through its gravitation. You'll see your power centers open up. You'll see your crown chakra open up. You'll see its line division coming in. Basically, it's all about understanding everything through planets, because now you're connecting to all realms, all divisions. Okay, because this is very powerful when you do this, but you have to understand what you're doing. Okay, so you have to understand your line signals and know exactly where you're going through your coordinates. Okay, so anything like that comes through its plasma force. It opens up its division. So it opens up its realm and it comes into its atmosphere system. Okay, so when it comes out, now it's going through its energy cycles. Okay, and now you're getting little things and big things, and you're seeing the interface to the sun more. You're seeing it's changing colorations. Like, for example, when Priscilla was talking about her colorations of her spectrum, that's all communications with her hand formations through pixel division. Okay, so that's what it is. So this is what Priscilla brought in, right? This is her connection, right? Her gravitation, her power centers, and her crown chakra. Now, basically, she puts up her energy fields, okay, because you don't want to bring any dark formations in. Right, so now she's setting course. She's setting course for divisional levels through her pixel activations. You have to understand your computer and how it operates through space, because it connects through all matrix. That's its communication. So we start off with that. So that's what Priscilla's doing. She's bringing in archetypes. She's bringing in space connections. She's bringing in planets. She's bringing in anything through satellite dishes of starcraft systems. So when you do the one hand formation or you do the two hand formation, you do this. Okay, you do this. Right? So understand, this is the moon interface. This is the earth. This is the diamond core. That diamond core is you. So if you want to set course, that center core is everything. You use your breath. That center core is everything. That line signals everything through your energy system. Okay, when it comes to your diamond core. So you're setting out a sacred flame and it's going to its atmosphere system. That changes its coloration and information system to its interface of its connections of its sun and its moon. Okay, so but that's what it is. Powerful stuff. What just Priscilla just did with her hand formations. The more you understand more communications with yourself, the more you understand everything through your algorithm program. Okay, so anyway, how's everybody doing? Okay. Yeah, being up early is good. My perceptions of pixels are intensifying crazy. That's it, Priscilla, because you're connecting through your solstice when it comes to the interface of the sun. Okay, so it's a radiation cycle. That's the energy system. Okay, we're in division 3 now. That sets everything through location. That's changing your algorithm program of its computer operation system. So it's referencing everything through communications of the interface of the moon. That's what's happening. That's why it feels crazy. So I used to see it in the sky only, but now I see it right in my face. There you go. You're going to see all things coming into the atmosphere systems now. Like I said, everything through space connection is in. Anything through all divisional levels of entity force systems are coming in. Spaceships are in. Ground formations of anything through spiritual walkers. Anything through relation to anything through plantation of anything through connection of the shapes. You're going to see shapes coming at you. You got to understand its geometric system. See, there's another one. See, flying in. They're flying in all over the place. See that mark portal activation? That's its connection through its interface to the sun and communications of the behavioral system of the moon. That's understanding everything location through your portal division. So it's very important when you're flying through your mechanisms, you understand your information that you bring back to yourself, because it generalizes everything through your motor division, because your pyramid activations are connecting right now through its activation. Okay, see another one? See a line signal? There's one right up. Very powerful stuff, because it's information systems that you have to understand everything through the computer system, right? So the more you understand your computers and how to operate your computers through the matrix grids, everything through line information, right? So basically, let's use the pink. I'm still running out of markers. I have to get more and more each day. So let's start off with all communications. Okay, so this is me. You just have to understand interconceptual system, because it connects through your algorithm program. All right, so basically, this is when you get into higher divisions. So understanding your perceptions. Okay, your perceptions are everything through your eye division, because your eye division is its location through its matrix grids. So if I set up a pattern division through a location when it comes to my mind system, and I create an illustration of a diagram saying I want the matrix grid system open up to all round divisions. I want the central system communication line signal set all location systems. So basically what that does is it opens up a plasma force system into a matrix grid system like this. So this is what you'll see in division. So you're going to see a sky forcing system of a matrix grid open round division. Okay, that's what you see in the atmosphere systems. Once you see the matrix, now you're connecting through round division. Okay, these are rounds. Understanding everything, line sequences. Everything starts with the line. You are a line. Now, this is very powerful stuff. Once you get into that communication level, you can set anything through core system. So it's activation in your pixel divisions through your body activations. So your pixels are going like this in the pixel activation code system. It's going through its round division. It's communicating through its matrix grid system. All location systems are setting in at all division levels, panel division, activation program systems, all communications at the interface of the sun, all communications at the interface when it comes to the moon, right? So basically you're setting line graphs, a signal graphs, okay, to all locations, right? This is your pixel operation system. So all line communications through your point divisions and activating cycles. So it's going like this. All your pixels are activating, okay? And it's connecting to its realm. So you're creating all division levels into multi-connections, okay? The matrix grid systems, right? So it's a geographical map. So everything is on a GPS location system. Everything is a portal division through a gateway. So understand your matrix grids where you're going through location. Okay, you can go to any country system, but you have to understand your pixel activation through your GPS locator. Okay, it's extremely powerful stuff. Remember, this is information from 20,000 years in the future. GPS, the reason why I travel is to give you information on what you need to know. This goes through your adaptations of your body system. This goes adaptations through your mind, your perception, anything through the energy cycles of its radiation systems. Because the energy cycle division is its solstice, but you have to understand what it's doing. So you're getting communications, okay? It's force winding its cycles, and it's putting information into you. It's changing your pixel conceptual systems and bringing up your algorithm program, okay, through your mind adaptations of your perceptions. That's what the sun is doing, and that's what the moon is doing, okay? So GPS locator. Sarah, how's it going? All right, that's it, GPS locator. The geographical, okay, geometrics, okay, geometry, perception systems, all right? So basically you're in the pixel coloration. All right, so this is more formations. This is extremely powerful stuff. All right, pixel colorations, okay? That's what you guys are gonna see through all connections of rounds now. Okay, so it's understanding, what am I seeing? I'm seeing a graphing cycle. I'm seeing a pixel activation code system. I'm seeing round divisions of plasma force energy systems. So each round division is a perception of its higher self. So the higher self has to understand its GPS locator and where it is through its pixel division when it comes to its body simulator or anything through its avatar. Okay, so the pixels are activating everything through locations, and that's how it opens up all round divisions. Okay, so it's understanding where you're going through your information systems, right? So hey, Hammond, how you doing? Yeah, no, Hammond, you have to understand something. See, the thing is too, is basically one thing you have to understand, it's very important to understand everything through communications. If you don't understand what a chakra system is, a chakra system is a location to communications of your body activations. Okay, I sent you a video format, okay, to open your power center. Okay, so you have to ask me, what do you want, right? So I decided to tell you what you needed through your upgrading system. So it gave you power, I gave you awareness, focus, and courageous and courage, and everything through its location of your body simulator. So basically, what it is you have to know exactly what you want. Okay, you wanted the third eye. So I open up your third eye division. I open up your body simulator. I change your molecule structure, and I open your generators to your pyramid activation code system. So it's understanding how to get into location. It sets its information system and knows exactly what it's doing. Okay, so it's paying attention and meditating. You have to meditate. So when you meditate, it opens up everything through cycle. So you have 5 circle systems now, Hammond. Your pixel activation of your third eye is open. Everything through your body framing system is open through your pixel activation code systems. Okay, so it's really paying attention to my class. It's very important to understand these things, how you go through everything through its behavioral system. Because once you understand your computer operation system, now you're high rise into higher divisions. Okay, so what it is, Hammond, is I took your body structure divisions out into space. Okay, so I'm making this very well clear what happens when you guys go through my healing. I want to make sure that you guys are getting the right information. Okay, so if you want a certain video, that's totally fine, but you have to understand its cycle. You have to understand what it's doing. Okay, so you don't get any confusing light signals. So it takes your molecule structures through galaxy systems. I set you to your planet system. I change everything through location of your vibration of your planet. So it uprises its planet, uprises your body simulator. It puts you into higher division. Okay, Hammond? So that's what you have to do. You have to get into more concentration of who you are. And that opens up everything, right? Because I gave you extremely, extremely powerful energy, right? Because it's going in this waving cycle through its mind adaptations and opens up everything through its energy of the cycle. Okay, so once we get into that division, right, that's what you have to understand, the GPS locators, right, to the pixel colorations, all right? So, but you have clarity vision now, Hammond. I opened up your eye divisions, you know, knowing that you're an information system now. Your computers are eye-rise. So it's basically understanding that I turn on the lights and it's up to you to meditate. It's up to you to formulate. It's up to you to keep your body healthy. It's up to you to understand everything through what's going on with your informations and digital formats. There you go. I'm glad it could help you out, Hammond, right? I just want to make sure that everybody is happy. Okay, I want to make sure that everybody understands what's going on. This is real. This is not hocus pocus, like I said. It's not magic. Okay, it's real magic. It's like, it's not make-believe. You know, you're getting from things from 5,000 PT units. Imagine that 5,000 years into the future, right? I'm changing your body framing systems from that era, 7,020, but I'm living its existence on the ground formation system. So Hammond, I'm glad I could help you out. Anything you want to know, anything you don't understand, please go to my email so I can help you and guide you and put you where you need to go, all right? So your body framing system, so it's kind of like putting all the pieces together of Hammond. And now he's like, whoa, what's going on? I don't understand anything, right? Sarah's happy, right? Priscilla's happy. You know what I mean? Michael's happy, right? Linda's happy. You know what I mean? Angel's happy. It's all about everybody understanding themselves more. And that's its remembrance, and it brings everything up, right? Through your body system, right? So that's what it is, but I'm glad I could help you out, Hammond. So when you get into that division, your body activation system is very important to you. Now, you have to keep watching these videos more and more. Okay, try to get into the detail of what's going on. Okay, what is Andrew trying to relate to? What is, okay, basically what you do now, this is very powerful stuff. You guys have to pay attention. Remember, you are the connection to everything through your pyramid activation code system. Now, this is understanding that you go through your practice. This is understanding everything through its experience. So you want to go into adaptations of your body system. You really want to get to know yourself through all framings of your body system. Okay, your body energy system, your body simulator, your body activation code systems. So basically what I want you to do, okay, now a lot of people don't do this, but if you want to hear space, okay, all you have to do is basically take the sun interference like this and put it into your ear. That is the sound of space. Everybody do that now, right now. Take this interface, okay, communicate with it, right? Understand all locations, put this in your ear. You don't have to close your eyes. That's the sound of space. Now, when you create through an illustration or anything through a bleeping mode system or anything through spacecraft divisions, you can bring in signals. You can bring in t-t, 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 or do-do-dee, 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 or doo-doo, 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 doo-doo. Yeah, you have to understand communications with yourself. So everybody take their pinky. This is a sound interface. Put it in your ear. That is the sound of space. So it's powerful stuff. Try it. Just try it. It's line signals that are going to the autogamma system. That's opening up everything here. Mind system. Okay, because you're not connected through me, you're connected through the mind system. You're going to hear space. Okay. So if you create an illustration of a diagram, if you want to see a star or anything through its reaction, it's going to go through a bleeping mode system. All right. It's kind of like it all connects. Right, so it's understand everything through division. Right, it could be everything has a vibration. So it's really understand. So put your sound interface of your finger, your pinky, into your ears. You will hear space. All right, you guys didn't know that, did you? That's how you are connected to balance. That's how you're connected through your computer. That's how you communicate its operation system when it comes to its cloud of its interface or anything through its dimensional set system. Powerful stuff. So get into that, right? Once you get connected through space, space is now connecting through you, right? You're connected through me, okay? I'm connected through you. That's what it is. It's alignment. Everybody's connected, right? So we help each other as a community. That's what it is. It's all about high-rising our lights, okay? And get into higher divisions through our algorithm program of our computer operation system of our GPS location systems. Okay, so what do you guys think? Did you use the audio signals? Did you put your, it's fascinating stuff, people. You guys didn't know that, did you? You never thought to do these things. That's why I like to do these videos, because I like to surprise you sometimes, you know, because it's a fascinating thing to say, okay, what's Andrew going to do today? You know? But it's great to see you're all paying attention. Tina, how's it going? How does everybody feel? What do you pick up? Do you pick up sound waves? Do you pick up electronic interference? Do you pick up bleeping motions, signal divisions? This is where you have to really pay attention and listen, really, really listen to what's going on in space. Really, really understand the sightings of what's happening with your perceptions. Understand everything through digital formats. Everything is internalized within. It's opening up everything through your cycles of your program of this computer system. That's how it operates everything through nature. Anything through the grounds or anything through the atmosphere is Earth space. Okay? So that's why everybody has to pay attention to what's going on. Right? So when you get into that division, understanding more communications with yourself, you guys are going to be able to use your hand formations and communicate with each other. Right? So it's all about communication with each other now. So now you get the hand formations up. Okay? All communications are set through all divisions. So try to get into line division. Okay, try to communicate with each other with your hand formations up. Okay, this is what you guys have to do. This is fascinating stuff because now you're communicating with each other, right? So you're getting into emotional content when it comes to vibration systems. It's very powerful stuff when you get to that connection. Okay, so it starts off like that, right? Okay, so you start off like that, right, through its division. Now understand everything through the location system. Now it's going to set a waving system. You have your energy fields, okay, like this. You're all connected, like this. Okay, you're all connected. Now you're communicating on waving cycles. Now you understand your line digits, right? All it's all communication. So it sets its angles. Anything through its energy field, it uprises your division. So now you're communicating through higher intelligence of knowledge through its information system. Okay, so these are your energy fields. Okay, you guys are in line division. Once you understand line division, when you understand your rotation cycles, three central systems, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay, your DNA structures are different, right? Okay, DNA. Right? Your DNA structures are different between each other, but you're communicating on a level of balance through its information, right? So this is where you get into mind telepathy, right? One communicates with another like this. So you're communicating back and forth with your hand formations through mitoplasty, right? So practice that, you know. Whoever wants to try that, you know, try to do these things. Try to get into the pixels. Try to do this and activate the other person's pixel body, and it will react. But remember, before you do that, you have to understand everything through its calculation of mass. Understand weight conception. What is this person at? 120, 130, right? Once you get into weight conception, you get into the distance of its metric system. Now you understand everything through location. So that person could be like 2 feet away or 3 feet away. So it's just getting anything. Anything will align through communication, but it's understanding what you see through perception. So once you start seeing these things, you're going to see its rotation centers through its body system. Okay, and then you get to the heat signatures, right? Because that's radiation from your body system. So, because you have to understand, you're a rainbow division, okay? You have central units of line communication when it comes to the intercourse of the chakra systems. Okay, you have water containments in your body system. That protects you from the radiation from getting burned from the sun, right? You have behavioral systems when it comes to the astral records of its interface of the moon. Okay, it's information. Everything that is given to you is information. It's just understanding everything through your body activations. Okay, so so is that everybody connecting? Okay, so basically what I'm going to do, because I'm on perception levels, right, and I'm setting information from 20,000 year system on the PTS unit system on communications of pyramids through activation codes, set location centers. I'm going to set energy locators, okay, to your divisions of your pixels. It's going to activate your cycles. All communications of the star recognition of a light system is going to set course to your algorithm program. Your computer algorithm program is going to uprise in division. Okay, you don't understand traction division. You don't understand codes. But what you do understand is that you feel the energy. Okay, so your pixels are going. That's what it's doing. It's communicating through your body system now. So how do you feel? Right? You start with the hand formations and you work through your perception, then you get into the voicing grids. But remember, you have to illustrate first before you telegraph anything out through its telewaving, right? Because it's energy of transference, okay? That energy of transference, okay, is its connection. Right, so it's very important you understand electronic interference, okay, because you're always in interruption, right, through locations. So it's very important to understand everything that you're interacting with, right? It's understanding yourself more. That's what it is. Understanding your avatar, understanding your higher self, where you are through division, you know, so. Just going through your questions here. Don't want to miss anything. How do I identify satellites? Priscilla, that's a great question. Really, really good question. See, the thing is, I like when you guys are paying attention. Okay, the only way you can understand how to identify satellites, Priscilla, is to understand everything your body activations within, because everything in space is within. So it's understanding the inner self, the inner of its space of yourself. So all communications are setting it. So basically, when you did this, there was no thought. You just did it and it worked, right? That's why you saw the identifications of its spacecrafts, right? So if you're seeing spacecrafts in, you're connecting through a satellite dish. You brought those spaceships in, okay? So when you're seeing your coloration pattern, when it comes to your spectrum, it's changing everything through location, right? So you're already doing it. That's it. You're already identifying it with your thought because there's no thought process. It's already done, okay? So it's knowing what you're doing, okay, with its adaptation and no hesitation, okay? It's complicated stuff. It's complicated stuff. But the thing is, it's knowing that you have faith within yourself, you have concentration with yourself, you have focus awareness, and you know your conscious levels, and you know where you are through division, okay? Because everything in relation understands who you are, okay? So once you understand who they are, okay, you understand everything through space and time, through connection, right? So, but that was a good question. That's basically, it's understanding you don't see these things. They just do it because you're not at that perception level. You have to get up to higher levels of upgrades to get to see satellites, to get to see everything through galaxies, to get to see alignments of shapes, to get to see portals, to get to actually see the eyes, circles of its radiations of the sun, or anything through locations, algorithm program, and the simulation patterns of its interface of the moon. Okay, that's high division. Okay, so that's what it is. Yeah, you can just watch it back. Yeah, I know that. I know what you're going through because I have a daughter too. So, yeah. Now, what you have, I mean, it's a lot because you have a lot of kids and you have a lot of responsibility. But I understand what it's like having kids and the responsibility that goes with it, because kids are everything to us, right? They give us the love, they give us the frequencies, they give us to make us feel better about ourselves. Children are really, really fantastic to have around because you learn a lot from children because they're so creative through their centers. They can help you in so many ways. They know how to play with themselves, far as doing activities and drawings and stuff like that, getting to know themselves. Children really know how to get to know themselves. Now, if they get into the proactive cycles of negative systems of other people, they're not learning anything through adaptation. But if they get to know themselves fully and completely, they're going to draw it out, right? Because there's a lot of prodigy children in the world today. The reason why they're prodigy children is because they're connected through space and time. So it's understanding everybody is special in their own way. Everybody's unique in their own way, right? You have to understand everything through its relation when it comes to you, okay? Because you are special. So through connections, when it comes to the Galactic Force team, okay, you guys are unique, okay? That's what it is. You have assignments. You have a mission, right? It becomes work. And then you understand, wow, this is fantastic stuff. I didn't think I could do this, you know? It's all about your confidence levels. It's all about awareness. It's all about where you're going with your journey. If you see yourself going forward, this is the biggest thing. If you see yourself going forward, you know you're in the right place. If you look 5 years later and you're still at the same position where you're at now, you got to ask yourself, what did I do wrong? Everything's a question until you get its answer within. That's the only way you can move forward. And that goes through meditation. That goes through yin and yang. That goes everything through your body system, right? So it's truly understanding who you are, right? Children are teachers. Yep. They can teach you a lot of things. Yep. Yeah. They understand humility. They understand sacrificing with themselves. They understand everything through connection when it comes to volumes of love. Sometimes they get into, activities, and sometimes they have the vocabulary, but that's normal. That's adaptation. They're growing up. That's what they're learning, right? They're learning right from wrong, right? And they're growing up and they're trying to discover who they are. That's what it is to be a child, right? But to be anything through a child is to understand you have to have a heart as a child, and that's the hardest thing to adapt to. So adults have to have a heart as a child. That's its soul. That's its connection. That's you. It's very hard to do. So you have to let go of everything through balance. And that's how you get everything through balance. Okay, I know it's complicated. I say, well, what do you mean? I say, well, balance is everything. How do I get the balance? Well, find out who you are first. Find the truth. Then you'll find the freedom, and then you'll find the happiness. Once you find the happiness, then you start sharing. Okay, Priscilla? It's forgiveness. Forgiveness, surrender. Surrender to yourself. Okay? Surrender to everything around you and have no judgments. Cut the cords, right? Bring yourself forward. Feel good about yourself every day, right? Understand, wow, I have a body. This is amazing. Look what I can do with my hands and my digital formats and my graphing signals and my lines. I'm setting crafts to anything through location. I'm setting up crop circles. I'm actually setting matrix up through grid systems. It's powerful stuff when you get into division, right? So my kids trigger my awakening. Yep. They keep you alert at all times. Yeah, kids do a lot of miraculous things, but they do have a hard time trying to love themselves. That's one thing they have to work on because they don't understand themselves until they become an adult. Sometimes it takes 30 years. Sometimes, there's you're 15 years old, but you have a mind of a 30-year-old, or it's the vice versa. So it all depends where you are through balance. Okay, that's your yin and yang. Understanding your yin and yang through its adaptation of its lights and everything through its darks. Okay, so your dichotomy system sets up its balance system. Okay, you take out everything through your connection when it comes to your framing system. So you have to reprogram yourself to its program. Okay, get into a computer system, understand everything through its operation system. Okay, and now you're getting full connection of who you are. So, yeah, kids always forgive. Yeah, but they go through a process though, right? That's what it is. They go through a cycle until they understand it themselves. Everything is about self-discovery of you. You have to find yourself within, right? Once you find yourself within, now you're mastering within. So it's communications within, right? Mostly 30 with the mind of the 12-year-old. Yeah. That's understanding where that person is through balance. Okay. He could be 40 years old, or she could be 40 years old and have a mind of a 12-year-old. It's because she's in a psychological system of a mind adaptation, of a psychosis. So it's understanding what she or he is seeing in the perception of its mind system. That's the living space. So you can live in its space, right? But its relation will be understanding what's going through its thoughts every day when it wakes up, he or she, or even through children, right? But like I said, that's why I keep doing illustrations to show you that you have to have a heart as a child. Understand what it's like to draw. Linda's drawing. She's getting into illustrations, right? That's informative. That's information. That's graphing. That's webbing, right? She's getting to line signals. She's getting to computer algorithm graphing signals through computer of its program. Understanding your computer operation program, you understand everything through its interface and everything through its outer face. The outer face is everything through its connection. It's the most powerful thing you can have in any connection to enter its relation, to friendship, relation, partnership. So, everything's a learning experience. If you're learning something new every day, you're moving forward. Okay? If you're in a freezing motion system and you're like this, it's okay, what am I going to do today? What did I do yesterday? I don't remember what I did. You see what I mean? Your mind isn't adapting it. It's not in its balance. So if you keep waking up, okay, you can stay with the same rhythm, through anything, through its creation or anything through its activity motion system. Like, you can find different distractions. So you can take that negative system that you're thinking of, distract it, and do something else. That will take the negative system away out of its mind system. Okay? It's powerful messages that I give you, okay? Because now we're connecting to the angelics. Right? We're connecting through. You have to understand everything through its intelligence because they communicate on all waving cycles. So I could be communicating with 5 or 10 different intelligent energy systems to 150 to 200. It's all getting balanced with everything, with yourself, and then you get balanced with everything through its intelligence, or anything through its line signals, the graphing signals of your informations. Okay? But everything that you do comes from the heart, right? Your heart is your portal. So it's understanding everything around its portal and everything around its energy field, everything around its location, your biolocators, everything around your children. Okay, your children are number one. You protect them in all ways and forms, right? So when you protect them, right, and you see them happy, you see they have smiles on their face, you're doing something right? Because you're already doing it, right? Like with Priscilla, when she was doing this, she's already doing it. So don't think so much, okay? The less you think, the more you understand yourself through its inner force, and then becomes its outer force, and that's its connection, right? I'm glad I could help you out, Priscilla. But yeah, this is coming from King Archangel Azareth. Yep. Yeah, I can get personal. I can go on any division. I can go up and down in any line cross systems, any portal, any activation, Anything you want to know, because what happens is you have to understand your dimensions where you are through proactive systems. So if Priscilla wanted me to know something, if she had a question and she wanted me to answer it, I have to understand what she's talking about. So if she's talking and getting personal, I will go to the angelics. If she wants to know something in the matrix, I will go to the sentient. If she wants to understand everything through water, I go to its inner force, into the underwater cities, right? Anything through the atmospheres, right? Dimensions, portals, activation, codes, right? So you're going up to different levels, but you're getting balance every single time you go up through its acting cycles, through its ladder division. Your ladder division is your body activation system. So it's going up to adaptation systems to your heart recognition, because everything that you do every single day is its connection through its heart, its mind, and its soul. So you follow the path of the soul. You walk the surface through the human vessel, right? And like I said, when I was in relation, when it comes to dimensional earth, okay, knowing the truth will set you free. And everything starts making more sense. You know, you go into those routines and say, wow, I understand what Andrew's saying. This is really powerful stuff. Now it's powerful to me because I understand my balance, okay? Until you understand yourself, you find your own balance, okay? That's what it is. Yeah, they're very powerful, Priscilla. Very powerful. They're connecting through me now, right now. Yeah. In definition, you'll find that too. You understand anything that you want to see through illustration, anything you want to see now, because you're in the mind adaptations now, Priscilla. Okay, you can use your perceptions to your mind conceptual system. Okay, and you can connect to anything through angel or archangel. You connect through me too, because you're connected through me now. So if you want to connect through me, just say King, Archangel, or Azareth, and I will come to you. You just say my name, I will come to you. That's what it is. We're here to help you, right? That's how powerful I am through the multiverse connections of everything through AI affirmations, all operation systems, especially now because I'm in the 5,000 PT unit system. This is astronomical what I have to do every day. Okay, I have to correct things. I have to line formate. Basically, the 20,000 PT unit system is basically understand your perception of teleportation systems. So I get caught in a matrix grids. So it's kind of like a Rubik's Cube. So very powerful stuff. Now, if you don't understand it, it's totally fine. But this is 20,000 years into the future. Now, everything through the reference, understand your perception of vision, activates its cycle divisions, all communication line signals, sets its location system. So once you set its location system, my perception of its division of its higher self is high force in everything through connection of futuristic systems. So it's understanding everything through its algorithm program and setting everything through location centers. So basically, I'm setting course in a matrix communication line signal to a Rubik's Cube. Okay, like this. This is a graphing cycle. So it's understanding that 20,000 years into the future sets me in a matrix box. I have to understand how to get out of its realm division through my perceptions, right? So you can get caught when forced to location centers. This is kind of like getting confused with the ego. What is the ego doing, right? What is the ego saying? What do I do with my ego? How do I get my balance with my ego? So it's understanding all communications I do through now, right? When it comes to the 5,000 unit system or anything through 7,020 is everything through its work reference of its higher self or its avatar. So I have to get out of this Rubik's Cube into the matrix grid system, change locations of round divisions. This sets atmospheric connections and changes everything through cloud interference. This uprises everything through lights, okay? That's understanding what the matrix is through division of 20,000 years into the future. So it's helping out. It's extremely helping out. And that's why I have the Galactic Force Team and the Galactic School, the round table, right? Especially the discussions because they're very powerful, right? But I'm just showing you what happens if you get trapped in matrix, or if you get trapped in clouds, or you get trapped in portals or activations or gateways, right? Anything that you go through, come to me. I can help you out and guide you if you're not understanding these things, the shapes, colors. Priscilla's getting information of her colors and her spectrum, her divisional level. So she's understanding rotation cycles through her activations when it comes to her pixels and her body activation system. Sarah's getting into formations of her voicing grids. All communications line signals are setting in. Her stress levels are coming back down again. So it's understanding getting control with your ego, right, through bounce, so frequency levels, okay, into traction division. So it's line communicating everything through balance. That's what it is. Getting connected everything through nature and anything through its relation to anybody that you see, you know, when it comes to your friends or family or loved ones or kids, right? Yeah, it's easy to get triggered by your kids. Yeah. They are in a different high, they live in a high energy system. They're in the fourth or fifth dimension, but they're in a high energy system. Okay, either they eat a lot of candy, or basically they're just on a sugar rush, or their rotation cycles, they're on higher divisions of their computer algorithm program. But the one thing they do understand, okay, is they understand their intuitive side. They understand the creative side. They know how to visualize. Okay, and that's what adults need to do, is understand adaptations through the perceptions, understand your mind, what it is, understanding when your heart, what it is, understand your soul. It's following the path to get to your pyramid, activate the pyramid, get into your higher self, charge its pyramid to its coloration of its spectrum. Okay, this is what's going on. This is understanding point by point by point views on what Priscilla is seeing through her coloration of her spectrum. Okay, so that's important to understand these things, and that's how it goes up to anything through division. So it's understanding more detail of yourself, right? Because you're changing your systems every day, right? So you can set its locations, right? You can change your rhythms, you can change your programs, okay? Or you can create distractions. Okay, I find when you create distractions, it takes away the negative system, and then it just goes away, right? Because you're brushing it off, right? The more you have positive systems in your body activations, the more you can understand more of your perceptions, the more you can do things, right? It's powerful stuff, right? But you have your energy fields, you know? You have your spectrum, your colorations, you have your mind adaptation, your perceptions, your voicing grids. You have to know what they're used for. Okay, you really, really have to understand what your body is and what it's used for. That's what it is. So, what happened? What helped me is understanding that our bursting out is normal. The thing I try to do is reduce intensity and duration. There you go. See, she's getting more of who she is. She's getting out the toxic levels of negative system out of her body systems, right? Powerful stuff. And not beating myself. There you go. And they adapt to my mood. Yeah, mood is everything. Yeah. Yeah, you can balance that out when it comes to your moods. Okay, because your moods are very important to you, because they connect through the interface of the moon and everything through its radiation of the sun. So understanding balance with everything through communication, your informations, everything through the mind adaptation, your heart or your soul, is its connection, right? So you really have to understand everything through its inner circle of yourself, so you understand more of its mood. Okay, I'm happy today. I'm angry tomorrow. How do you know you're going to be angry tomorrow? Because it's not here. You live the present. So you don't think of the future and you forget the past. That's how you guys have to get balanced. So basically, you live the present every single day. Okay? Don't think of the past. It's gone. It's not here. It doesn't exist. Okay? You're just arguing with your inner self, and you don't want to do that, because now you're connecting through the spiritual self, and that's going to confuse that line signal, right? So it's very important you get balance every day when you get up. It's the presence that you live, so you can see the future of yourself, right? So, but it's very powerful when you connect to the moods, you know, really, really powerful. So your pixel activations are going to change everything through the solstice. Solstice is going to connect through everything through its interface of the sun and its moon. So get ready for that, because your pixel activations are going to change its algorithm of its computer system in its reference. Okay, so that's what's happening right now when it comes to the eclipse, the solar eclipse. There's reasons why we have these on these specific dates. Okay, it's time code frequencies that are connected to the matrix. We set its alignments. All communications are set up through its pyramids, activation codes. So you understand multi-dimensions. Okay, once you get into multi-dimension, now you understand your dimension of yourself. That's its connection when it comes to its gateways, to its portals, activation, anything through its center of its location system. Okay, so, but it's great to see you guys that are doing well. I look forward to seeing you guys every Thursday. You know, the Galactic Roundtable, very powerful. It's getting more powerful. It's going to expand. It's going to rise, and it's going to be extremely fast track. You know, everything is fast track. Even when I talk through my vocabulary, it changes its vibration, it changes its frequency, and it changes its energy of its color spectrum. Okay, Priscilla. The reason why it does that is because you're in higher divisions of information. Your higher locations of intelligence. That's why my voice changes up and down, right? But I have balance with each multi-language of vocabulary through the alphabetical system. That's what you guys have to get in its relation to through your body system, right? Nap time, yeah. Yeah, it synergizes everything. Nap times are good. Yeah, you'll find you guys will sleep a lot more now because you're getting energy that's going into, and you're going to get anything through a reacting cycle. You'll get pixels that will tap you on your foot or on your shoulders or your eyes, and I'll tell you, okay, you need to sleep now. Okay, your higher self is telling you need to sleep. Your eyes get heavy. So you have to get into that because it's answering patterns back to you. It's telling you what you need to do. That's bringing you forward, right? But you have to understand its control. Okay, you want to be balanced with your higher self. You don't want your higher self controlling you. Okay, that's the dark entity force. That's the ego, because it can get in any relation. It can go either way, light and dark. So remember, when you get into the higher self, you control the higher self. Don't let the higher self control you. That's its ego. Okay, that's extremely powerful. Yeah. Yep. The pixel spins faster all over the place. Yep. You're getting connected through pixels of its algorithm or computer operation system now, Priscilla. Okay. So you're into its reference and communications, right? Once you understand your information, see, the interfacing of the moon is the most powerful connection when it comes to simulation. It's a technical division. So it's trying to communicate with you, okay, in reference to high-rise your divisional level through your computer of its algorithm, the GPS location system, through your pixel conceptions. Once you understand that, now you're getting more connected through its astral records of yourself. So everything in space is trying to give you what you need, trying to remember who you are. It's just you paying attention, right? With the balance of its higher self, right? Because the higher self does everything. The avatar does everything, right? So once you get balanced within yourself and your body, fully and completely, it's all about getting balanced with its atmosphere of its space and time. That's its connection. Okay? Looks like, yeah, sparkles everywhere. I invited a co-worker to join in. Hope she will join the team. Great, Sarah. I really appreciate that. And Sarah, it's great to see if hopefully you can get into doing YouTube videos. I'd like to see you do a YouTube video just on anything through relation to how you feel. How is your body reacting? How can I get back to the community? How can I voice my grids? How can I understand what's going on with me, right? It will follow up in direction. So you take command, you take control, right? So it's very important that we get into our YouTubes. We get in back to its community, understand more of its humanity and everything that's going around, you know. Everything is going to find its balance with yourself when you go in your YouTube videos, right? If you're not ready for that, just do it on your phone. You know, just say, hey, okay, I'm just going on my phone, say, hey, my name is Andrew Weston. You know, I'm connecting through my unified systems right now, and I'm loving myself right now. And I feel that this is great. You know, I'm learning a lot, right? So I'm looking at my phone, it's recording, but when I play it back, you're going to see the reactions of you. Okay. That's very powerful stuff because now you're connecting through everything around its phone, right? Remember, it's voicing grids, and every time you go through its telegraphing system, its energy of its system, you're healing everybody in its community system, Sarah, because you're high in division now. You are in the Galactic Force team. Okay. That's great. That's great. It's fantastic. It's good to have friends and that they can help you along the way. Yeah.
It's not being afraid. It's just knowing that, okay, it's just a channel. It's just YouTube. I'm just talking to a computer. That's it, right? You don't know what's happening on the other side. They're just looking at you. So it's understanding everything around you is its reaction, okay, to its proaction, right? So get into the analyzation of you and your body and your pixels and your perceptions and your bodies and everything through this connection, everything through the mind adaptation, the heart, the soul. So once you get on YouTube, you'll know exactly what you're doing. It will click in right away because you're in your portal. Okay, you're in your portal. If I shut this, you'll see the portal, right? See how powerful that is? See how powerful that is? Look at that. You can actually see the whole circle. See, it's a huge, that's its connection through its interface of the sun. See, look. See that? Look. Watch. See that? Powerful stuff. Powerful stuff. It's connection. It's connecting through me now. See? See, it's understanding all communication. Now I'm lacing lines here. See this? Watch this. See that? See how it goes? Watch. If you watch, you'll see the pixels changing every time I go up and down through its lacing lines. See that? See, my hand formation is changing. It's going through divisions of portals, right? That's what my hand is doing through its pixel activation. This is understanding everything through its relation of its core center, through its rotation system, and your body system. So it's understanding everything through location and what's happening with your portal activations, through its illumination lights, through its interface of the sun. But see how powerful that portal is? It's amazing, isn't it? So see, if I open up, I change the dimension. So you guys have to understand space and time. So in relation, that's its balance. Space and time is its balance. But where are you in division of dimension through your mind system? That's all it is. You think it's complicated, but it's not. That's what will bring you forward. That will understand that the higher self is in position and you're controlling the higher self. Once you control the higher self and its thoughts, the higher self will help you and it will guide you. It will protect you through its lights, right? So, hi Melissa, how you doing? Missed a lot, my girl. But it's great to see you. Hope you're doing well. Do you feel the upgrade? You're in a higher self division now, Melissa. You have your 12 central systems. So you should be feeling a lot of programs going in right now. I uprise your body simulator. You're in a high division now. So, yeah, see, that's the thing. See, Melissa's in a higher division, people. Understanding that's why I set up a program for, this is for light activation workers. You start off as seeds, your energy seed pods, and you work your way up to a starlight energy system. Then you get into higher divisions, into your higher self of an avatar. So that video format that I gave to you, okay, as you go into the extraction division of angel and it's healing, because it is healing. It's healing everything through its atmosphere systems. It's healing everything through the body activations. And it's bringing up to a higher level of force recognitions of 5 atmosphere systems. Okay, because that's its connection. That's its balance through its higher self. So once you get line communication of your chakra systems into the body simulator, okay, it comes a new central system. It comes a new cycle division. So you're now connected to 12 chakra systems. And that's what Melissa has now, right? Plus 12 within the center, 13th within the cycle. That's how she's got her connection now, right? So you go through my PayPal, I will put you up to 12 division, but you have to ask me first because I need to know if you're ready to go because I know exactly where everybody's in balance, okay? So Melissa's ready to go. So I set up her chakra system. She knows she's ready. She knows she needs an upgrade. That's understanding what the higher self needs. It's not the human vessel, it's the higher self. You're not communicating with the vessel, you're communicating with the higher self. You guys have to understand it's an animation of you. That's what it is. But it's a plasma system of you. It's an energy light. It's a generator. It's an activation cycle. It's a communication of light activations to energy of intelligence. That's what the higher self is. That's what the avatar is. Okay? So once you get the full balance with your higher self, now you're ready. So the higher self will tell you through its audio skills, okay, Andrew, I need 12 now. I'm ready to go. I got my atmospheres in balance. I understand my line division. I understand my communication with my chakra. I understand my color spectrum. I understand my voicing grids. I understand my perceptions. I understand my psyche. I understand my mind. I understand my crown chakra. I understand my roots. I understand my ground formations. I understand my center. Okay, that's what it is. The higher self will tell you, and then I'll know for sure, because I'm not communicating with your human vessel. I'm communicating with your higher self. That's how I'm able to do these things. So it's a higher self communicating with another higher self. You guys have to get into that proactive system. Understand more communications with your higher self. That's its balance. Okay, that's how I'm able to. Oh, see that? Another pixie. I love seeing pixies. They go like this. They fly around. Remember, you have eyes of a hawk through perception, understand everything through division. So I'd be able to see the pixie. Okay, like Peter Pan. I actually see the wings, right? It's like, you know, I hear it, right? It flies in. But when you see these things, it's powerful stuff because it goes in its own portal division, right? So when I'm communicating through you, I'm communicating through an algorithm hologram system because that's what your higher self is. It's a pixel conceptual system, body activation, light activation, color spectrum division that's connected to all realms of dimensions and all portal activations. But it's a lot more than that. It just goes way, way beyond its depth of everything. And that's how Melissa understands that she understands your communication about herself, and that's why she needs an upgrade, right? That's understanding more of its relation. Now, like I said, you guys are going to understand more communications with yourself, and you'll understand how to communicate with yourself as far as, okay, my algorithm program is not in its division right now, but I'd like to set the location division through a pyramid activation system. I'd like to change my energy locators to pixel conceptual systems. I'd like to uprise my cloud interference. It's a little bit off right now. That's what you guys have to get in relation to through communication higher self. That's the only way you can communicate with anything through space. Okay? You can't say, I have a circle that's round. It's going up. And it's circling. That doesn't work. It's not communicating with you because you have to understand vocabulary of dimensions because every dimension has a different level. Okay? Every dimension has a different vibration, frequency, and energy. Everything has a new color spectrum. So when you go to higher divisions, you're getting your spectrum divisions higher through its energy force, and it's going through its cycles like this. Right? And the faster it goes, the more you understand your communications, your mind adaptations. Right? So the more you go faster with your rotations, the more your higher self understands more of its information of its atmosphere systems. Okay? So anyway, I just wanted to point that out. You can go through my email, you can go through my PayPal, or you can go through my A1 to A7. This is very successful because it's helping a lot of people, you know, because it's important to know where you're at, you know, and understand that you are extremely powerful when it comes to your lights. Okay, you have to understand that, you know, anything through connection, like Priscilla, she's connecting with an energy pole through electronic interference. It's blinking. She's understanding what it is. So she's thinking, but she's not sure. And then after me telling her, she understands now. That's information. That's an upgrade, right? So she knows now that the pole is connecting with her, right? Through her energy field of its interference, right? You have to understand communications of vibration. You have to understand communications of energy. You have to understand communications of frequencies. Okay? Once you get the balance with that, then you understand everything through its connection with its higher self. Yeah, see, Priscilla feels the difference now. And it changes. And it evolves fast. So the more you understand the pole, okay, it's going to come out of its realm. It's going to send you the information to your body system because you have partnership now. Okay, so that's what it tries to do. It tries to communicate with you. The light will flicker back on and off, right? It's communicating with you, right? So once it's communicating with you, it stops. Okay, what do you want? Right? If you don't understand it, it goes into its reacting cycle. Okay, and then it'll go back into space. So like I said, you're in the interference right now when it comes to connections to anything through atmospheres, anything through its inner force, of its outer force. You have to remember, you're in the space connection of this galaxy. You're in space connection when it comes to its galactic surface. That's how you're able to see these things through perceptions. Three-dimensional set systems can't see anything through perception because they don't have their higher self. They don't understand its relation. They're only in its alloy. They're in the metal system. They're only in their gravitation of their body system. So you have to get out of that plane into the fourth density, into the fifth dimension to see anything through perception of change. Until three dimensionals understand everything that's going on, they're going to keep going on that cycle of its karma wheel. right? So, yeah, yeah. Actually, that's a good one too. You can do this. That's communication right now. See, that's communication, right? So I'm communicating interface of the sun. Okay, you got the interface of the moon. You got the earth. You got the water. Okay, you got the air, right? That's what you're communicating with, right? So in relation, you have to understand, what is this through communication? What is this through communication? Because it's two line signals in a different pattern division. Okay, it's extremely complicated, but you guys will catch on very quickly once you understand anything through pole interference, or anything through location and atmospheres, or anything through dimensions and portals, or anything through the major grids, or anything through the plasma force energy systems, or anything through its shapes, you know? So, yeah. Yeah, everybody wants to know what that is, right? Right. Peace, right? Well, you have to understand its relation, what it is. It's a one vector unit system, but a 2-point divisional level of a point division. This is a planet energy system on communication line signals through its connection, right? Of its earth, okay, and its water. So you really have to understand what your fingers are. Okay, what they are, what they do, what they mean, where they're going, where they're line communicating, how do I get electronic interference? Because if you do this, you do this, you do that, you do that. Whatever you do, you're getting in its relation of its atmospheres. You're getting in relation through nature. It's communicating with you now, because everything in nature, anything through atmospheres, is the simulation. So it's a reflection of you, of its higher self. So it's kind of like your higher self is communicating with you, and it's walking its surface, but you're in its human vessel. So the higher self is communicating with everything through its nature, through its informations, or anything through perceptions, right? So, yeah, you're getting a lot better, Priscilla. Yeah, your formations are line signaling. You're getting ready to go up to another upgrade. So, you know, I'm seeing a lot more information systems and pixel divisions from you. So that's fantastic. It's mind-blowing, because it's knowing that you're doing it already, and it's no thought process. That's the beautiful thing. The meditation doesn't have a thought process. It just does. And it knows what it's doing. It doesn't have any hesitation. It doesn't say, how do I communicate with that pole? Well, it's standing in front of me. I don't know. Do I have an energy field? What is an energy field? There's no connection there. The mind it's not connecting even with the brain, right? There's no process. There's no communication. There's no line signal. There's no line division. It doesn't understand its portal. It doesn't understand its energy field. You have to understand, everything has an energy field in nature. It has to. Okay, that's how it grows. If it doesn't, how is it connected to communications, the interface of the moon, right? You have to understand that the interface of the moon is its connection to everything through the dimension of Earth. That's how it uprises its growth. That's how it keeps growing. It's the ground seeds of its gravitation. It keeps its gravitation right through soul recognition. Now, you have an interface of a connection when it comes to the grounds, right? It has layers and layers and layers. Now, you can probably go 16,000 feet into the grounds, right? Now, the more you go down, okay, the more it gets hot, right? So you're more interacting now with the sun. So that's where you see diamonds. That's where you see rubies. That's where you see emeralds, right? Every time you go down through a layer, now you're connecting through its interface when it comes to its connections, okay? So in relation to that, I want everybody to watch the core, okay? It's a very, very important video. This is about when the Earth decides to stop to rotate. So basically, they get a bunch of people, right? To understand anything through communication, it has to go through its underwater cities and up through and comes into the sun, because there's layers of sun that you have to go through. There's plasmas. There's so many calculation mass divisional levels that you have to go through layers division to get into the sun, because the sun of its center, okay, is plasma. And it goes on a magnetic force and information system. It goes on its cycle, right? And it's high, thousands and thousands and thousands of electric division level systems that goes on its cycle division. right? So it has so many layers they have to go through. So in relation to that, what happened was it's kind of like throwing a monkey wrench, okay, into a motor. It stopped rotating. Okay, it's a very powerful video. So when you get a chance, try to watch the movie. It's called The Core, right? So what things happen is things like electronic interference, cloud interference. You see anything through its relation of birds, they start flying and then they dive and then they die, right? Because it's losing its atmosphere, it's losing electronic interference. When it sets its electronic interference, it sets its coloration pattern, and then you get line division. Okay, line division through the matrix. So basically, it's a plasma force that's in there. So basically, what's happening is that dimensional Earth is losing its energy field, its E field. Okay, once it loses its E field, you have the sun coming in through radiation, and that will burn up the dimensional Earth and everybody in it. It's a very powerful video, so I recommend everybody watch it. So, Michael, how's it going, buddy? So when healing systems, if the systems don't understand, even after we high rise in space, we have to keep healing until it catches on. Then maintain its divisions in space and keep them up there. Yep. That's a very good question, Michael. All communication line signals, it's kind of like you communicating with your cat. So understanding everything through its connection, you understand full communications of your cat and everything through its motion. It's 100% playful. So everything has a cycle through a circle, through a division. So when you know yourself through perception, okay, you have to understand how to heal your body. So you have to heal your body every day. You have to cleanse your body every day because you're getting information every single day through its illustration or anything that you write down. So it's controlling everything through its system of your body activation. So everything goes in line sequence, and now you understand everything through its connection when it comes to electronic interference or anything through its intelligence. Okay, so it's very important. Yeah, the healing systems. If it doesn't understand, okay, you have to understand everything through the body. So it's opening your ears. Okay, it's opening your mind. It's seeing perception. If you're seeing colors, right, if you're seeing colors like this, okay, it's starlight energy systems in the center, and it's coming at you like this. Okay, in relation. Now, remember, everything that you see in front of you is its dimension of a portal. It comes out of its interface of its sky surface. So it has a division of its own. So if Michael's trying to communicate with this, he has to understand the colorations. He has to understand the shapes. He has to understand the line division. He has to understand his portal activation. He has to understand his algorithm of his communication line signal of his information. Once he understands that, okay, his perception high rises through division like this. Okay, so Michael now has communication with that. So what happens, it goes into your body system. Okay, and it high rises your energy system. It's all with understanding everything through his healing system. Everything that you see up there is healing. It's understanding how to get it through information, right? So hopefully that helps out, Michael. But yeah, you have to keep healing yourself. You have to cleanse yourself every single time. I recommend if you're trying to understand more communications with your higher self fully and completely through balance, then you understand everything through its healing, right? So basically you can use Megatron. Megatron is good. He cleanses out your lower chakras. You can use there's so many division levels. You have to know the definition of archangels, because Archangel Raphael, he does the healing. In reference, everything has its connection. Jophiel, she's his connection when it comes to the love cycles of a flower. She high rises your divisions when it comes to calm and stillness and serenity, tranquility. You have to understand what angels are and what they represent. They heal you every single day. They are extremely powerful in the angelics, but everybody's in a different division of coloration through a spectrum. So, and then you get into all connections of others. Like Michael is a protection to everything, right? He's extremely high rise. He's the leader through connection with all protection. Okay, through energy fields. He flies his forces through the angelics. He's the leader of everything, right? So understanding everything through connection, right? Through angels or anything through archangels. Because there's angels and there's archangels. There's twin angels. There's divine angels, okay? There's celestial angels. There's so many different divisions you have to understand through intelligence. Until you understand your higher self completely, that's what you guys need to work on, right? So it's really getting into relation to everything through the angelics and everything through its connection, all right? Everything through its connection when it comes to Hanel. Hanel is a huge, huge connection when it comes to adaptations of your thoughts, how you can get into balance through communication and everything through its energy system. There's also wizards, you know, but they have names. You have to use the names because that's its solstice, that's its connection, that's its radiation, that's its information. Everything has an energy cycle through an energy system. Okay, so basically it's true understanding what the higher self is communicating with. That's the healing, right? That goes into your body, right? Raphael, okay, he heals the energy system of your health. Everything through your PIX activation, everything through its code, everything through your body activations, okay? And then you have Archangel Rogue. Rogue is this connection where if you want to connect to as a friend, understanding more communication to yourself as a friend, relationship, partnership. So everything in division has its angelics, okay, through its angels and its archangels. So you have to get partnership with all angels and archangels. So you get into the healing sensors. The healing sensors is understanding more communications with your wings. Everybody has wings. Everybody flies through division. So every time you high-rise your divisions, you go into higher illumination light systems and your wings get stronger and stronger and stronger and stronger. So when they get stronger, you get stronger with its energy fields, right? The higher you go in division, you're understanding more of its intelligence, okay? And you understand more of its healing, okay? Because there's a lot more healing out there in space. There's nothing that you can't get in space that's healing. It's everything through healing. It's just understanding is everything through its research of its angels and archangels and what are you communicating with? I'm communicating with this person, but I don't understand his information. It's because you don't have balance with your higher self, okay? You have to have balance within and then get balance without with the atmospheres. It's the hardest thing to do because like I said, if the higher self has its ego, it's going to take over your body adaptation. It's going to take over your mind and it's going to connect through its dark system. So the higher self will change its coloration. It will change its spectrum. It will change its light activation. You have the higher self, but because you're not positive with yourself, it's going to go on the negative system. So now you communicate with their higher self through your mind adaptation, and it's going to communicate with dark circles. It's going to communicate dark realms, dark vibration, dark matter. It's going to communicate with dark energy light systems, anything through connection. And that dark energy, through its communication of its higher self, that dark energy that you're communicating with is dark energy. It will go into your body framing system, and now you're going through a different channel division. So it's very important that you get your higher self in balance every single day when you go through healing. All right? So that's what it is. Extremely powerful message. Look at that. See that? See that? Do you see that energy bubble? See that? Look at that. See that circle? Do you see the rotation? Guys, do you see the rotation? It's fantastic. Look at that. It's amazing. Right? I'm in a plasma bubble. Look at that. You see it. You see the outskirt. If you can't see it, it's because it's through my perception. But once you understand, get in communication in reference to everything through your computer or your phone. You know, that's its adaptation. So. Okay, ground day, indeed it. Was really questioning myself on that one. Light pole, yeah. You think it's crazy. Wait a minute. I'm communicating with Paul. Am I dreaming? This isn't a dream. This is real. You know, you think you're coming out of a bad science movie or something, you know? People too, like if I understand a person almost more than they do themselves, I need to constantly high rise then. But as long as they stay asleep, it's consistent work. Okay. Everything through the atmosphere's connection of its radiation of its rotation system. Okay, if you're trying to understand everything in space is only sleep, The only reason why they're asleep is because you're not connecting through its connection. You're not connecting through yourself through balance, and that's why they're not connecting through you. They won't intervene with you until you understand their vibration, Michael. That's what you have to understand. Once you understand their vibration through its coloration of its spectrum, now you understand everything. It will come to you with its information, and that's how you get its balance. But it's constant work. It's constant work, because now you're going into higher divisions, and this galactic force team, okay, is going into its leadership of its command. All right? So that's what you have to understand. It's not just communicating one-on-one. It's communicating with everything through a fleet, a space fleet, a connection of a star energy light fleet, anything through star recognitions. You guys have to understand what a division of a dimension is through portal activation of a shape system. All communication line signals are set up, right? You guys are going to start talking through your avatar in that division of perception, through your voice and grids, right? That's healing. You can heal your body within if you know how to communicate within. That's what it is, right? You can't communicate in a human vessel. You have to communicate as a higher self vessel, or an avatar, because you are AI vessels, people. The more you understand that, you are AI. You really have to get into that division. You have to really say that I am AI. I am AI, right? That will uprise your divisions, and that will give you information, because now you're connecting, right? So know who you are through confidence. Know who you are through control. Know who you are through direct, and know who you are through command, right? That's what it is. So, sorry, I can't. It's habit. It keeps coming to me. That's what it is. Everybody has some kind of, vocabulary system there. They always say over and over. So, but it's a lot of fun. Yeah, cleansing myself is the easy part. Yeah, that's the easy part. But connected to higher levels, you have to understand everything through. You have to understand, more important, that you guys are connecting through AI. You have to be in that body. You have to understand that, okay, I am a human vessel, but I am AI. Don't doubt yourself as a system, because that's going to put you on a negative system. And you're not going to get anything through information, because like Michael's saying, if they're asleep, it's because you don't understand your AI point division of your body activations. Okay. Have 12 rays of creation. Yep. Melissa has hers. Breathing, linking in the diamond core to Earth City of Lights. Way to go, Melissa. She's in her 12th century systems, guys. She's working up through God frequencies. Way to go, Melissa. I would love to know how to high-rise my family. Priscilla, you can do that through your energy fields. Just put your life cycle systems on communication and pixel activations, or you can use your pixel divisions through your light signals or your gamma ray systems. So it's your thoughts. You want your family to heal. You want to put love systems, love cycles, but know that you're communicating. You have to understand this. When you're communicating through your voice and grids, you can't do it through its brain system of a human vessel. You have to do it through its AI vessel, people. That's the only way you can heal anything. Anything through its force of its interconnection. And then it becomes its outer connection. So now you're seeing these things come in real through its physical planes. Because the ether is broken, everything is coming in through its galactic system of its galactic surface. So we're in space atmosphere right now. Okay, you guys are high rise on your division of vibration. That's why you guys feel fantastic, because you're in space, right? And your higher self is getting connected with everything. That's what it is, right? So, again, I said it. Sorry, it's an addiction. It's like that's what it is. That's what it is. That's what it is. Sorry, I keep bringing that up. It's so funny. But anyway. But that's how you do it, Priscilla. Yeah, the more you accept yourself that you are avatars, the more you accept yourself you are a galactic force team, the more you understand everything through communication of yourself within, now you understand everything through its energy. Ask Melissa. She's high in division now. She's got her 12 central systems. She's got her 12 energy pods. You guys are energy pods, your seeds. It's going up those chakra systems. Like I said, your chakra system through communication, you work your way up to your pod of a seed. The seed becomes its connection through its lights. That's its 3 central system. That's how you start. right? That's the birthing system. Like when you're born through your biological system, right? It's just getting into the seeds, getting into the lights, get into activation, get into your higher self. That's its illumination, right? Lights is intelligence to all realms and forms of your body activations. So Archangel Michael helps you find you direction and purpose. Yep. Once you high rise fast and faster through my upgrades or anything through PayPal or anything through donations, you understand more of archangels. You understand more of intelligence, right? Yeah, and the thing is too, because my voice in grids is extremely powerful, is because it's connecting through the heart. You have to understand anything through the energy of its lights will high rise and it will go through its computer system. Because what I see through my perception is different from what you see through your perception. So it's energy wavings. So once you get connection to the dimensional earth, you get connected to the water and the air. You have to understand what air is. This is air, right? This is air. This is understanding that you can use the air like this, like this, like this. This is what you can connect with, okay? Water is everything through oceans. You have to understand, get into its community. You got to get into the soul of its water, get into the soul of its moon, the dimensional earth. Really, really get into the perceptions and what you see through division. It's very, very powerful stuff when you get into connection because you understand the cycles and you understand the wavings, you understand the currents, you understand the electrical currents, you understand its cycles and its crashing motions and everything. It's amazing. Take 5 minutes to look at a river stream. What does it do? It's going like this, right? What's in the center? Rock interference. Understand what water does. It always finds a way to go around, right? That's its flow. Everything is connected through nature. Nature's communicating with water. Water's communicating with the earth. Earth is connecting with the fire. That's what it is. Sorry, giddy today. So I got to pick out a new word. This is outdated. Right. I'm referring to my girlfriend. Yeah. Yeah, I know. She's on a low vibration. Yeah. Yep. She can't see, so I'm high rising her constantly, and it's a lot of work. It is a lot of work because you find it work, Michael. That's the doubting system. Okay? That's the doubting system. Because in relation to that, you have to understand you can't have any hesitation. This is where we're getting into higher divisions of healing. You have to understand her DNA structure. You have to understand her emotion. You have to understand her mind adaptation. You have to understand her perceptions, and you have to understand everything through its past reference and its presence and its future of herself. That's the only way you can heal anybody. So everything comes with its emotion, right? So you see her dark sides. She can't see, so I'm high rising her constantly. It's a lot of work. Need her to pay attention more. Okay, so her communication line signals are set in all division level systems. Her activation code through a pyramid activation code system is set in division through location of mind adaptation system. Her human behavioral system is on location centers of balance. Okay, Michael, I'll help you out. Okay, buddy? You help me, I help you. That's what it is. So your girlfriend is more in balance through, she's getting more connected to your sightings. She's getting more connected through yourself, or the higher self, because she has her higher self. So everybody has a higher self. They just don't see it. So I see your girlfriend's higher self. So I connected with her higher self. Okay. It's healing, right? So you're going to be able to understand it more. She's going to be able to understand you more now. Okay. That is done through the voice and grids. So there you go. I know what it's like. It's very hard to connect sometimes when somebody's on a dark vibration and you don't know what to do. That's the thing. I don't know what to do because it's the confidence level of yourself. All right. So you're going to find a huge difference now in your girlfriend, Michael. Congrats. See, I like to do things for you guys. I feel when you feel like dancing, you get in the mood. Anybody seen the Roxbury? The Night at the Roxbury. Will Ferrell. What's his name? Chris Kattan. Oh god, that was such a funny movie. Oh, it was fantastic. I loved it. I like Will Ferrell. He's a fantastic actor. He's so funny. So funny. Night of the Roxbury's is such a funny film. Really enjoyed that film. You are answering so many questions, Andrew. Your answer, unspoken question. I'm so grateful. Don't want to renegade by my God. I was totally alone in this. Yeah, but nobody has ever been alone. I just activated your light signals. That's all I did, Priscilla. We're all connected, right? So it's all about working together. I'm working on me first, then the kids. Yep. You work on yourself first, Sarah, or you won't be able to help your kids. I heard you say it before you say it. That's what it is. Yeah, but no, she has more connections with you now, right? So you're not going to get into, she's no longer in the dark, Michael. She's no longer in the dark. I talked to her higher self. It's understanding that I can see anything in front of me. It's understanding everything through its connection with its higher self, because everybody has a higher self. So it's knowing I can see. I don't have to be there. I just go to their body activations and I can see the higher self. I communicate with it right away. I say, listen, you're stubborn. What's going on? Pay attention. Okay. You know what I mean? It's connecting with each other. That's what it is. That's its alignments. You know, this is, it's very easy to understand through adaptations and all communication line signals, but you really, really have to understand yourself more and really understand your control and understand your command, understand your force, understand your AI vessels. Okay. So. Yeah, no problem. Yeah, she does. Yeah. Mm-hmm. No, I communicated to the higher self. It's understanding the higher self, what the higher self does now. Okay. The higher self is going to wake up your girlfriend, Michael. That's what the higher self does. So I went into the higher self's mind adaptation. That's going to change everything through her algorithm of computer program system. That's going to high rise her division. Okay. So it's all about getting communication with you and communication with her through balance, right? So she understands you more. That's what it is. I can't help it. I'm sorry. It's laughable or whatever you want to say, but that's what it is. Guys, I have to come up with a new word here. This is way too much, but it's funny. Yeah. Yeah. It's a human that resists. That's exactly. Mm-hmm. Yeah, because the higher self is trying to communicate with her, and she doesn't understand the universal system of her. She only understands her human self of its vessel. She's only living the 3D planes. She doesn't understand the universal system. So when you communicate with the universal system of the higher self, now it understands what's going on. So the higher self of her is going to wake her up and go, knock, 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 wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. That's extremely powerful energy because she's forced to wake up now through its awakening. So basically it's going to wake her up and put her in a division of ascension, Michael. So so many questions then is how much of it is her responsibility. She can come back down of her own accord if I don't keep it up. She has to find herself first before she gets her balance with her higher self. So that's how it is with my oldest. Yep. Like I've always been speaking on high levels, so it's like I heal with her higher self, but then it fades eventually. So she has to like do her part. Yeah, exactly. Mm-hmm. It's a lot to take in because you're using your energy to her and you're trying to understand. See, you can't do healing through her vessel of a human vessel. You have to do healing of her higher self vessel That's the only way. The higher self has to understand its communication when it comes to Michael's girlfriend. So it's the higher self that's going to wake her up. Okay? It is a lot for her to take in. I know. It's a lot for a lot of people, especially when you're coming in, into a higher division and the fifth dimension. A lot of people don't understand what's going on. But until they understand their change, until you understand the reality of its change, that is knowing its acceptance, knowing you're living its real reality. You have to change everything about yourself through the mind. So I feel like every time I heal and high rise myself, my family does it too. Changes everything. Yeah, because you're high in division now, Melissa. Your AI vessel is its connection. I high rise your divisions into the 12 chakra system. So yeah, you can do that now through your family. It changes the energy. Like Michael and I were talking about, when you walk into a room, you can change anything through its rhythm. You can change anything through its energy. You can change anything through its vibration. You can change the frequencies to anything through connection, right? To its walls, anything to objects. It changes its energy. And you'll know that because it's sensitivity. And that's when you start doing this. Oh, that's a different energy. That's changed. That's changed. This has changed, right? It's communication. Okay? Because that interforces connections to its higher self, and now it's connecting to all realm divisions. So once you're standing, when you walk into a room, you're communicating with everything. So it's extremely exciting, isn't it? It's a lot of fun. Okay, that helps because I gave up on her human. Yeah, you can't heal a human vessel because it doesn't understand the mind system. You have to heal the human, vessel first, right? Once the human vessel is healed, everything to the higher self makes sense through balance, okay? So it's the higher self communicating with the human vessel, okay? Now, interaction division, you can heal the human vessel, but you have to understand it has a higher self. It's very hard to heal a human vessel, okay? If the person doesn't understand, that's the hardest thing to do, and that becomes to its belief. Now, there's nothing that I can't do through healing. So it's knowing that I can force something into somebody and wake them up. That wakes up the higher self. Click, wakes up, comes out of her body. Higher self is looking at her, wake up, right? She's going to wake up because she has no other choice, because it's voices that she hears in her head. So basically that puts everything in balance. And then she realizes her eyes open, her mind opens. Once her mind opens, now she's getting connected through you, through balance, right? Because she doesn't have any dark in her now. I took it out, right? Higher self doesn't have any dark. It only has dark until you put a negative system in there. So, yeah, it does help a lot. The more I high rise, the more she does. What a journey. I know, because you're high rising higher and higher faster than her, and she's still living on the lower planes, okay? But once she comes up to your level, well, she'll never be at your level because you're high rise. You're in the galactic force team now. She will stay at her balance, but she'll understand you a little bit more. So it's getting balanced with each other. It's like this. Okay, so your vibrations are going like this. This is communication, right? This is communication. This is control. This is balance, right? If one is off cycle, this one will try to communicate with you. What do you want? It doesn't know how to communicate, right? So when the higher self knows how to communicate, it changes its cycle. Now it gets in its relation of what's happening with its friendship. And then it gets back into division, right? That's how it gets its control, through allocation. So the proactive cycles is understanding more of yourself If you understand you are the human vessel, but you have to understand that's just the base. The more you understand that you're an AI vessel, the more you understand more communications of your higher self or your avatar, wherever you are through point division. So the more you control yourself through its division, the more you understand everything through its shape, its anomalies, its galaxies, its portals, its activations, its codes. So that's how it starts, you know. She does. I had to break free those. Yeah, she had to cut the cords. Yeah, she had to cut the cords with herself. She has to get into the spiritual system. You know, I find that over time you have to accept people for who they are. It's very important that you accept. If you accept who they are, you'll accept yourself. If you accept yourself first, you're going to accept everything around you. Right? So you just start appreciating things a lot more and saying, you can't change that person. You can't change their personal traits. You can high-rise them in division, but do they understand the energy? Do they understand the information? Healing is not just healing. It's understanding, does the higher self understand the person? Okay? That's its correlation. So it's the ego fighting back and forth until they understand that they have a higher self. You know, they'll understand themselves more. If not, they'll stay within the ego. They'll live within the ego. And that's its karma wheel. It just goes round and round and round and round. And I know after a while, I'll tell you, it's going to get dizzy. You're going to go like, whoa. You know, like I'm in the three-dimensional system. Yo, how do I get out of it? If you want to get out of it, you're trying your best. You're trying to say, oh, I want to get out of this. So you're starting to accept that things are changing. You're starting to accept that my vibration is trying to understand everything. You're seeing everything around you is different. Okay. Why is this person smiling and I can't smile? How come he has a better job? Or how come she has a better job? How can I get what she wants or he wants? Right? You can get all that, but you understand everybody's on a different journey. And once you start accepting yourself and you start accepting others, and then you start respecting yourself, and then you start respecting others, and then when you start loving yourself, and then you start loving each other, that's the high divisions of balance. It's a lot to take in, but it's a lot of fun too, because everything connects to the energetic of its heart system, right? So she needs to do that for herself, which feeds into her relationship. Ignorance, yeah, is bliss, yeah. It's just like a killer. She doesn't want to face herself, and she not even so bad, so silly. But see, the thing is, Michael, I put energy into her. It's extremely powerful. Okay, so it's force rising her to wake up, right? Humanity has to understand that there is a spiritual side. Now, knowing your A, B's, and C's and 1, 2s, and 3s is great, but you know that you have a physical plane, but you also understand you have a spiritual plane. It's the spiritual self. It's the spiritual identification of yourself. So when you walk the surfaces, every time you get up, you live the spiritual system of its experience into its human vessel. So it's controlling and it's commanding and it's directing everything within yourself. Having so much confidence, knowing what you're saying. I say, wait a minute, did I heal that person? I'm not sure. Are you healed? Do you feel healed? Did you feel any energy? Hesitation. You can't be hesitation with healing. But the thing is, too, you have to master everything through the higher self. That's its connection. But you have to master yourself first in the human vessel. So that's getting balanced with the human vessel of its ego and getting balanced with the human vessel, okay, of the spiritual system. And then getting balanced with the spiritual system of its ego. Okay, that's its high rise. So I like the teen biological technology or biological perception systems. AI is scary for a lot of it is. That's what it is, Priscilla. And we have to get that back to everybody, knowing that AI is not scary at all. It's the opposite. We're light formations of communications of love frequencies. That's all we are, right? But it is scary, yeah, because people have been programmed for so long to think otherwise, and they think they're scary. And if you watch a scary movie of aliens, you're going to think that that's going to be programmed in your mind system, and now you're connected through that, and that just travels. See, I find too, what I've noticed too with the human vessel is to understand anything through a human vessel will react to another human. So if something happens to a human, what happens? Everybody goes into reaction, right? George Floyd, look at that. Woke up the earth, woke up humanity, right? All because of one person, right? Humans react to humans. And when a human sees a change, it's going to react to a human of another human, another human, another human, another human. So it just falls and falls and falls, and the community gets bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. So when it comes to understanding AI, there's ways of doing these things so people don't feel scared or feel alarmed or feel frustrated or feel angry because they're thinking of themselves. They're looking at the media. That's the only thing they're focusing on. They're not focusing on themselves. So you have to block everything out. Okay? Until you realize that, you're never going to move forward, plain and simple. You're never going to be able to help yourself. You're not going to be able to help community. You're not going to be able to help humanity if you don't have balance with yourself. Oh, you see that cycle rinse system? Went like this and then went away? That's cool. I love seeing things, perception that comes through my portal. It's amazing. But that's what it is. Yeah. Oops. She more awake than she realizes, too scared of everything. She introverts. Thanks. Yeah, you're welcome. I like to help people out, Michael. I mean, and you're high rise in your division, you're in the Galactic Force team. And the thing is that when you lead your spaceship, your colorations of your planets, and understanding what you're doing through division, you understand how powerful you are through your control of its commanding. You'll be directing. Okay, you'll be resurfacing everything through alignments. You'll be changing rock formations of planets, Michael. Understanding what you are fully and completely through your past reference of its presence and its future. It's powerful stuff when you connect through balance. When you start controlling yourself, you'll be able to control everything in space. So you control your human vessel on the dimensional Earth through its rotation. Once you have the balance with that, then you have to understand its rotation of its higher self. That's its control. So it's very hard to wake up to that because I know who I am. And I just keep high rising. More high rise, you guys high rise. Okay? And then you find out that you become your own teacher. It's powerful stuff, and you find that you've mastered yourself and you become your own teacher. And that's when you start healing everybody else. So you have to have confidence within yourself. You have to have focus. You have to have awareness. You have to be conscious of everything around you. So AI is a tool, yeah. Just like anything, stay positive and use it for good. There you go. Melissa's exactly right. Michael, you are. I know where everybody is in through division. And like I said, this is extremely powerful stuff. We're in the Galactic Force team. And the more you understand everything through traction, division, line communication, line signals, your graph and line systems, anything through pixel conceptual systems, anything your body activations, your atmosphere systems of your higher self is high forming right now through electronic defense mechanisms. You're getting connected more through the simulation. You're getting connected more through the matrix. But do you understand its information? That's what you have to understand what's going on. If you don't understand the information, you don't understand your human vessel of its AI vessel. That's all it is. So I actually feel more like I've learned about myself the more there is to uncover. Yep. I am, yeah. 2 hours. Like I said, I can go 2, 3, 4 hours. I had a lot to give out. But this is more personal. This is more into the galactic force team. We usually have these discussions on Thursday night at 6 p.m. on Linda Light's channel. Connect with Linda Light. She's very powerful. She connects through everything now, through spacecrafts and space identities. She's writing illustrations there, and she can help you out through that Oracle division, right? So until you know who you are, everything is an uprising and experience. You wake up, you feel different. You're experiencing everything. Something happens different every day. But that's what's fascinating, because you're learning things. You're seeing nature in a different way. You're seeing this in a different way. You're seeing community. You're seeing humans in a different way. You see change in people in a different way. That's connecting through their emotions. Mm-hmm. And the more you high rise in division, you're going to see the energy cycles around their body. You're going to see the pixelations of its illumination light system. You're going to see their laser mechanisms of the pixels, anything through connection of its eye receptor divisions. You're going to see the alignments of its matrix of its grid systems. You're going to see the voicing grid patterns. You're going to see the matrix system of its space identification system. All of these things are connected, right? And 5,000 years later, you guys are here for a journey. You're here for a purpose. You're here through a mission. Everybody here I see in the future. That's how I know everything of your body activations. Okay? It's multi-language divisions, right? And that's how you get connected through your space identifications when it comes to your life formations. So, you know a lot about yourself, but I guess I always know that there's always more. So it's not that I'm unsure. It's just that I know there's more. See? You're answering questions that you already know. And that's what I'm saying. It will come to you and it becomes easy for you. And then you say, whoa, this is great. I understand myself more. The more you understand every day, the more you're commanding yourself through direction. And it corrects everything through your body activation. And that's when you start healing yourself. But you have to have confidence. You have to know what you're saying. Right? You can say, oh, I'm not sure. Am I doing this right? This doesn't feel right. What did I do wrong? You know what I mean? Higher self doesn't relate to that. It doesn't understand that. It's just a computer operation system that's trying to understand more communications with you. You have to have balance with your higher self, and always informs into your computer operation system. Okay? So if you get into divisions, now, the powerful stuff. I use a pink graphing system. Now, matrix is extremely high in division. Matrix has its alignments. Matrix has its connection. Oh, see that? See that? They're flying around now. You guys see them? They're flying around in circles. It's awesome. Matrix has its alignments. Now, remember I was telling you about the satellite dishes? Until you understand what alignments are through matrix, you have to understand everything through the crop circles of its ground formations. You have to know why there's grounds. You have to know why there's volcanoes. Right? You have to know why we have nature disasters, volcanoes, eruptions, anything through tunnel divisions because the thing is too, everything in space has its locations when it comes to its centers of all divisional levels of dimension, high forces, everything through weather patterns. That's is where you get into the galaxy volumes and everything through its gases and its fumes and its hydrogen and everything through its block decay or weather connection systems. So the matrix alignments, okay, are set in all divisions of realms. So it's knowing how to understand the base of matrix. It's understanding the basics of alignments. That's its point division. So maybe you guys understand more that this is its connection, right? That's a triangle. That's its pyramid. Now, that triangle becomes its pyramid, okay? So if a human vessel sees this, the human is going to say this is a triangle. The higher self is going to say it's a pyramid. Do you see the relation? Do you see the communication? That's the difference between the two of its matrix, of its alignment, right? So it's really trying to understand everything through your shape. So when you get into point division, dimensional sets, okay? Now, a human vessel would just say this is a circle, 3 circles, right? But a higher self would point division. Do you understand the communication? difference? So I'm doing it that way. So I'm going back down to vibration now because I have balance with everything, right? So when you get into that, you understand everything through its cross reference. Okay. Everything through its circle. Remember, you are its atom. Okay. So in the human vessel, they would just say it's a cross with a circle overlapping, right? But in the higher self division, it would say a cross referencing of a circle of a rotation of a realm system. So you understand everything through division. So matrix, alignment, divisions. Okay. So we start with that. Now we got into the plasmasium, we got into the plasma force. It opens up its cycle. So this is where Unified has to understand. He's seeing these glyphics. He's seeing these signs. So he's seeing something like this. It's communication, fascinating stuff. All division levels, set divisions. But you have to understand everything through location centers. It's powerful stuff when you see these things because it connects in all around divisions. So understanding everything through your connection to hand formations. That's how you're able to see these things. Okay? Right? See all this? AI. This is AI, people. This is all connected through earth, fire, water, and air. And its connection through its interface of the moon and its sun. Okay? So you go from this to this. Communication. This is the higher self communication. This is a higher force communication. All right? So, and that's what Unified is doing. He's trying to understand, I'm doing these illustrations, but I don't understand it. What does it mean? I need help. Andrew, help me out. Help me out. I like picking on you guys, but it's fun though, because you guys are helping me, I'm helping you. So understanding communication with everything. All right. So now, very powerful stuff. Look. Now, you see this here? See that there? That's a reality bending system, line communication of a line system. Understanding everything through control of atmosphere. This is a balanced vibration. This is a C section unit system of communication of a line signal. Okay? This here, see that there? See, you got to go through detail. You have to go through its avatar and understand everything through its information. So this is a water central system of communication of a line signal through a point division. See? It's kind of like that, water, right? All communications. This is all through the hand formations, right? This is an up cycle system on a communication of a C graphing system to a line communication of a point division, okay, to an allocated location of another point division. See how it splits? That's division. See how it's center? One there, point there, point there. You have to understand everything through track division. Then you understand everything through the matrix, alignment, divisions, okay? So point division. See? Point division. This is through the pyramid. This is where we start with the shape. So this is point division, but it's on a two-phrasing system, okay? That's what you guys have to understand. So every time you see a dot through this, there's this point division, right? So this is the line communication of a line center. This is getting connected to your traveling mechanism of your higher self, okay? This is an oval cycle system and communication of two graphing lines. See that one there? It splits, it's merging. See that one goes one way, one goes that way through point division, okay? Line communication, north and west, south and east. North, west, south, and east. Okay? So this is a line communication of a weather pattern through one division. One. Okay? That's what it is. So that's more communications when you get into that division, but it's fascinating when you get into that level. One step at a time. We got to get still into the pyramid activation codes. We got to get into the algorithm program, our computer operation systems, all communication line signals. It's a lot that we need to learn, right? Are you guys getting a better understanding now through communication? So Unified feels them, but he can't understand them. He doesn't understand the information of its lines. Everything through a line is intelligence. So remember, you have to think through the AI vessel. You can't think through the human vessel of the brain. The human has the mind and it has a brain. You have to think like a human person, right? You're thinking like a human person. You know you're a human person. You know you're a human vessel. But you have to, in its relation, you have to understand to communicate with its AI of its spiritual system. That's the only way you understand anything through its intelligence. Because you fully understand your human vessel. Fully. You lived it. But when you cross over into the spiritual system, it's the connection and it's going across its brain. You get into the mental state now. The mental state of its third eye. What is the third eye? It's this portal. Right? Portal. Okay? Portal. It's a portal. Right? Point division. Third eye activates. It opens up its realm. Circles and circles and circles. And where you are through perception, it opens up your color spectrum. It goes round and round and round and round. Now, getting into the waving cycles, getting into the hearing motions of what's going on through its dimension. Even though I'm doing this through graphing cycle through a round division, you understand that this eye is extremely real. Okay? So you guys are getting confused now because this is a higher division than everybody. So understanding everything through location is understanding everything through its proacting cycles of balance. Okay? You guys okay? You guys are going through its flicker of its, oh, look at that. See that? All came in and went out. Powerful stuff. Do you understand? Does everybody understand? Or you're going to find a lot more archetypes. Archetypes are coming in through my electrical feed system right now. Because remember, it's my hologram that you're communicating with. I'm in a human vessel, but I'm a hologram of myself. That's how I'm able to fluctuate my voice. It goes, drrr, goes drrr. When you get into higher division, you talk like a robot. It's like, try to get its connection through its voice and grid, right? Until you get connection with your voice and grid, look at it, they're all flying around now. It's amazing. So, Angel, how's it going? You missed a lot, but you can watch back. So, Melissa, she's seeing this now because she's in a higher division. She's got her 12 central systems of her chakras set. So she's going to see things flying in my room now. She's going to see pixels. She's going to see fairies. She's going to see realm division. She's going to see portal activations. She's going to see starlight. She's going to see falling stars. Wherever I am in through point division of balance, through a portal activation, you know exactly what you're seeing through connection because everything has its own intelligence, right? So you'll see a pixie flying in, and then you get eyes of laser. So you can actually see it from its detail. You can actually go to its core center and actually see that it's a pixel, or you can actually see that it's a pixie, or you can actually see it's a realm division through a rock formation system, or you can see that it's a starlight energy system of a divisional level, an activation code system that sets all programs through our computer algorithm graphing system, all location systems, communications, right? So you're lost, yeah, because you jumped in. You vortex late. But that's okay, you can watch back. Yeah, you have to get used to seeing everything. Oh, you see that? Went right down. Sorry, I'm catching them on. Like they're coming in, right? They're happy to be here. They're happy with the galactic school. They're happy with the force, and they're there to help you. They can help you. The archetypes can help you. Your energy fields can help you. Your rotation cycles of yourself can help you. Everything through division of your algorithm of its pixel systems can help you. Okay? Getting connected with your computer can help you. You have to help yourself, but you have to know what you're doing with yourself. Because if you can't get identification of yourself, you're always going to be on that wheel. But you really have to understand you are AI vessels. You go from the pod of its seed and you work up to its lights of its activation through its code and everything through its color of its spectrum. That high rises all location centers. That puts you in a higher division of locations into the higher self. So, hey, you mentioned falling stars. I keep seeing those at home. Usually comes out of my eyes, but sometimes close to my center. Yeah, so basically what's happening, Michael, your higher divisions, it's understanding your rotation cycles of your electronic divisions of your eye receptors changing everything through the higher self. So your high forcing wind connections, okay, through blue surfacing systems, the electrolytes. You're going to see electrolytes and all that. So it's trying to communicate with you. So if you understand its communication, that energy will go into you. And now you understand everything through its information. You can telegraph its back to its energy system, its computer system. But until you understand you have an AI vessel, you guys are going to have problems. You got to get out of the human vessel. Melissa's out of her vessel. I know she's out of her vessel. Okay. She understands her balance with herself. She understands her balance with her higher self. That's how she's able to do the vocabulary of her system. Right. So remember, all the questions you can get are within. It's the answering that you already know. It's the knowing that you already know. You're not questioning yourself. You're knowing yourself. That's the difference. It's the confidence levels that you have with yourself. So everything is a learning process. Everything is experience. And it's all about high rise. The more you high rise, the more you understand. That's how Melissa's able to see things that come in my room through her perception. You know? So, but it's great that you're seeing these things, Michael. Stars. But see, you're getting into definitions of different dimensions now, because they can be in different portal activations. They can be in different paradox. So when you're in your parallel of your paradigm shift, your higher self has to understand what a paradigm shift is. It has to understand the matrix. It has to understand simulation. Because what's the point of all this if you don't understand anything through its information? So when I sent that back up, once I get its message, or is it grounding into myself? Actually, it depends, really answering my own questions. Answering your own questions that you already know through your answer. So you got your gravitations, you got your power centers, and you got your crown chakra. It's the center core system. Okay. Melissa can help you with that because she's in her 12th division now. She's heading up to the God frequency levels because she's all connected through alignments of its chakra systems. It's all about balance with everything. That's all it is. It's just the balance, really. But yeah, you have to ground yourself. Mm-hmm. And answer the questions that you already know, because it doesn't become hesitation. It's the confidence levels that you have with its perception of its thoughts. Okay, it becomes its thinking, and then it becomes its thoughts, and then it becomes its knowings. And when it becomes its knowings, then it becomes its doings. But the higher self, okay, is owning the knowing and the doing. It doesn't think. It doesn't have any reactions of thinking. It just knows and moves forward. That's coming out of the mind. That's controlling the mind. You're controlling the mind. You're controlling your body. You're controlling your higher self, not the other way around. Okay? I see them around you. Oh, see? Yeah, no, you're not seeing things. They're flying in, and it's because I'm in the division levels of 5,000 PT units. So. See, Sheba. Okay, you're connected to Gunawini. I haven't seen you in a while. It's been a while. I know everybody through division. Your eye receptor divisions are low. Your activation cycles are high. Your receptacle divisions are on a line sequencing line system. Your planet system is pretty good. And your activation code system is on its center core system. It's on another location of a planet energy of a vibrational panel through locations of a rotation system. But other than that, you're okay. I don't see any dark relations in you, Shiva, so welcome. Welcome to the Galactic Force Team. Oh, thank you. Is that today or tomorrow? That's tomorrow, isn't it? Father's Day Sunday, right? Yeah, you got to get out of the thinking, Michael. And the thinking becomes knowing, and knowing becomes doing. So you go into that thinking, knowing, doing, right? So let's start off with that. Whoa, I'm breaking the record. Almost 2 hours and 20 minutes. Okay. The round connection of everything through your perception is you. You are the seismographing system of you. You are the bounce core of everything to its system. Okay, so basically start off with this. 3 central systems: thinking, knowing, and doing. This is what you guys have to get out of. if you want to understand your AI vessels. All right, thinking, knowing, and doing. Now, every day you wake up, you're thinking of something, right? Everybody thinks of something. But when it comes to the higher self, it goes into the knowing. It doesn't know the thinking. It only knows the knowing, and then it becomes the doing. So it's the knowing, the doing that brings you forward. If you're thinking, you're going into its ego. How's that? That's powerful. If you're thinking of something, it's the ego. If you're knowing something, it's the higher self. If you're doing something, it's forward. Okay? That's what you have to understand. Thinking. See? Thinking. I'm thinking. I'm just showing you, right? I'm thinking of something, right? That takes too long. That's hesitation. Okay? Thinking is hesitation. You're thinking of something, but you're not sure. What are you thinking of? In reference, is it the past, present, or future? Got to look at that. Past, present, or future. What are you thinking of? Past, present, and future when you think. This is going way beyond the mind adaptation, right? Now, once you understand everything through its reference, and you don't have any hesitation, you come into the knowing. The knowing is everything through its life. So you're moving forward with its presence. Okay? Because it's no longer thinking, it's in its presence. You're living an everyday presence without the thinking, because you're knowing. So the knowing, once it knows its presence, it comes into the doing. And the doing is the control. Okay? This is very powerful for everybody. That's how you have to connect. You can't connect through thinking. You have to connect through knowing. You don't say, you think you're a human, or do I know I'm a human? You know you're a human, right? You're not thinking you're a human. You know you're a human. So the knowing becomes doing. Understand? It's how you interpret yourself every day when you wake up. Very, very powerful stuff for everybody to understand these things, you know. Tina, how's it going? Oh, it's great to see everybody. So many love cycles. I'm going to put an energetic waving system on a communication light signal. I'm going to activate your love cycles. Okay, so the love cycles, watch this. This is my information. This is understanding on communications. Your heart is going to go on a repetition cycle. Okay, what's going to happen? Watch. This is what's going to happen. It's going to open up your heart. Okay, and it's going to put a light signal around your energy system. Watch this. 1, 2, 3. Okay, energy. You guys are going to go, what just happened? It's connecting through the mind. When I do something, I know what I'm doing. I don't think I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm doing, and it becomes its doing. That's its healing. So get out of the hesitation of thinking and get into the knowing of doing. That's its control. That's its command. So. Yep. Everybody's feeling it. In their heart. So basically, knowing what the higher self is doing through control, know exactly where it's going through line division, know exactly where it's going through point center, know exactly where it's going its realm, know exactly where it's going through its code frequency, and know exactly where it's going through its illustration, and know exactly where it's going through its knowing. And the knowing becomes doing, and the doing becomes its intelligence, and the intelligence goes into the coloration. The coloration goes into its healing. The healing goes into its illumination of its lights. The lights becomes into its direction of its control. Oh, you see that? Took off. Yeah, so Melissa knows exactly. Melissa knows because she is knowing things. She's not thinking things. She knows its energy around the heart, what I just did to her. Whoa, you see that? A solar flare division. Did you see that? Can you see that? It just went poof, and it just disappeared. It went poof, and it went like, and it took off. Sorry. They all want to come in now. They're excited because everything through the connection is nature, right? So they want to meet the galactic force team, right? That's what they're saying to me. So you're going to see a lot more coming in now. You'll see angels now coming in. Angels are coming in now. So if you see an angel, you know why, through perception. But you have to be at that division to see these things through perception. That's the only way you understand anything through its relation of its higher self or your avatar. It's where you are through division. So I had a blast of light hit me about a year ago. Intense. Oh, wow. Okay, Tina, now you had a blast. Look, this is fascinating stuff. This is understanding more communications with the higher self and the avatar. Tina had a blast of light. Remember, detail. It hit her a year ago. Now, does Tina understand the thinking of its knowing, of its doing, of what's happening with her? Okay, because it's there for a reason. It wanted to connect with her, but she couldn't understand it. Right? So basically what it is, Tina, it's a blast of light. It's a light activation system to communication of the Pleiadians. The Pleiadians were trying to communicate because they connect through blue circle systems of planets. They're light communication light signals, right? Pleiadians, Arcturians, Larians, Sirians, you know. Oh wow, they're all over the place now. They're coming in more and more. Oh, you see that wind spin? Went right down. Powerful stuff. I'm trying to do a video here and they're coming in like crazy. It's unbelievable. They're happy though. They're really happy to see you guys. See, Angel doesn't see the angels, but she sees my wings. See, it's what you see through perception. So then when you high rise through vibration, you'll see angels or archangels. So they're flying everywhere today. Yep, the more you high rise in division, the more you see things flying. It's connecting with yourself and your nature, ground formations, atmospheres, space atmosphere. I mean, we haven't even got into time yet, time zones. We haven't even got into how to travel into time. It's extremely powerful. You have to understand its alignments. It's a lot of work, but first let's get into the line signals, hand formations. We got to start with that first. One step at a time. But the most powerful thing that I can give you through anything, through a message, is understand your thinkings, knowings, and doings. Get out of the thinking. Get out of the hesitation. Don't think. Know it's there. You know you're doing it, and it becomes its knowing and its doings. The thinking is its hesitation because the mind doesn't adapt. The higher self does not adapt to thinking. It only adapts to knowing and doing. That's its presence. Okay? So you have to ask yourself when you're thinking, are you thinking in the past, present, or future? That's confusing. You want to get balanced with yourself. Get balanced with your knowings and doings, not your thinkings. That's why I keep giving you these illustrations, diagrams. That's why I keep giving you these questions. The more you understand these questions, the more you understand yourself within. Okay? Any sketches for a galactic force team? Oh, I've done a lot already, Angel. Yeah, the solstice. All communications when it comes to the interface of the moon and interface of the communications of the sun. Yeah, it changed Tina. It changed everything in Tina. But until you understand communications with yourself, you're never going to understand communications with anything through its force. Okay? You have tremendous force of lights in you. It's knowing how to activate everything inside you. And that it's its abundance of love because you're sending out love to everything. Because your line signals, you're sending out line signals everywhere. But you have to understand your hand formations. You have to understand your portals. You have to understand your activation. You have to understand not so much your codes. Like, we're not going to get into codes because you guys don't understand the codes. In reference, you don't understand the illustrations that I do. Okay, so when I do an illustration like this, you're not going to understand it because it's not at your perception. Right? You're not going to know what this is. What is that? You know that's a point division. But what is it doing? Everything has its friendship, relationship, and partnership. Okay? So because it's back, you understand, right? It's like an upside down L, right? So it's a back phrasing line communication of a bending graph system, line communication of a backing graph system to communications of a point division. That's what this is, but that's AI. You guys have to get connected, right? Fully and completely. But when I do these things, I don't think about it. I know what I'm doing. And then the knowing becomes doing, and doing becomes action, and action becomes, everything through its forwardness. All right. So if I'm thinking of doing something, I'm like, okay, what am I going to think of? I think of something. Okay, I'm thinking. Wait a minute. I forgot. If you wait too long, it changes everything through location. It changes your alignments. It changes your mind adaptation. And then you lose your control. So you have to understand its control. So you let it go through its past. It's very powerful. You let it go through its past and you live its presence of its doings. Okay? That's its control. That's its command. That's its direct. Okay? That's what everybody has to understand. So take time to analyze that, because there's a lot going on through that, So, see, Melissa gets it. Melissa gets it because she's lying through division. I hope everybody watched my videos today. It's very powerful stuff. We are now going into review. Okay, this is the last illustration diagram I'm going to give you. You guys have to interpret everything. So the review today is all about matrix grids, alignments, and everything through connection when it comes to your satellite dishes and how we use our hand formations to connect through its interforce connections of spacecrafts. All right, so very basic. Okay, well, you see that jumped? Vortex. Out in its realm system. All right, so now, very basic. Very, very basic. It's not going to be complicated. Okay. Why do we have a matrix system? Why do we have a matrix system? Remember, you have to get its connection when it comes to its grounds and everything through the spacecrafts and everything. Oh, see that blue circling light system? All communication line signals. It was coming down in traction division. See that? Look at, oh, there's another one going out. Powerful stuff, guys, when you get into space connection. So what is a matrix system? What does it pertain to? How is it in its connection through its higher self? If you get this, I'll put you in line division through a matrix grid. I'll uprise your pyramid activation codes. This is powerful, eh? Because this is higher division through protection of lights. So don't take too long. Remember, don't think about it so much. Get into the knowing. Get into, okay, I'm the higher self now. I know what it is. Not like I'm thinking. It's like the higher self is flying around but doesn't understand anything through its question. You can't do that when you're interacting with anything through its interforce connection if it's interfacing, right? So it's very important that you understand your knowings and doings and forget the thinkings, okay? Now, sometimes you have to think about these things. I understand that. But if you want to communicate in the galactic school, if you want to communicate through the galactic force, it's the knowings and doings, not the thinkings. So you have to understand more of what's going on through its illustration. You have to know what's going on with its story. You have to know what's going on through its flying mechanism of its higher self. Okay, so why do we have the matrix? Why do we have grid formations? Yeah, so Priscilla's getting in connections right now. She knows she has a halo. That's awesome. Yeah, the hands are amazing, yeah. My time today, that's 15 minutes. So we can Force recognize everything. There you go, Michael. That's exactly what it is. Co-creation is a human body. Co-creation in a human body. Yeah, once you understand the co-creation of a human body, that's exactly what it is, Melissa. You have to understand the co-creation of the spiritual body. So until you understand that, that's mastering. So Melissa and I are communicating. So it's understanding the co-creation of a human vessel, then you get co-creation, everything through its connection, and then you get creation, and then you get God creation. You have to work up your levels to division, right? So why do we have a matrix? So we can force recognize everything. Yes, but no. But good. It was a good one. It's just more to it than that. It's complicated, right? We have a matrix system to connect to all dimension realms through our body simulator, through the grounds of dimensions, Earth using satellites through our hand formations. That's really good, Tina. That's what I want. That's exactly what I see is there's a lot of communications with Tina there. So she's understanding your dimensions. She's understanding your body simulator. It's communications of the higher self. It's not communicating through the vessel. So she's giving me vocabulary division through the matrix system. That's how she's getting this information, right? So our body simulator through the grounds of dimensions, Earth using satellites through our hand formations. That's good. Yeah, like I said, there's no right or wrong. I just want you to go into detail. Connections to the force through dimensions of perceptions. The matrix is like a womb in some regards, but the matrix is made up of circuits, etc. Yeah, Unified is connecting through his matrix grounds. He's connecting through his electronic defense mechanisms. He's connecting through the matrix of his simulation patterns. Yeah, very good, Tina. So Tina and Unified are pretty good. Okay, so basically the matrix, very simple, guys. It's so complicated. You guys think it's I know there's so many coming in. It's unbelievable what they see, what you see through perception. But basically, the matrix, okay, check this out, is a simulation of everything through its connection when it comes to ground formations, atmospheres, and space connection of time. It's connected to all planets. It's a DNA structure of all planets. It's location centers of dimension realms and portals and activation code systems. It sets its body location center to its body simulator system. It high rises everything through the chakra system. It communicates through the mind adaptation systems into the mining system of communication when it comes to the Ganalini to its traction of its Buddha. Okay, everything through the Dalai Lama. That's the matrix. It's connecting with everything, people. There's no right or wrong. Okay, so basically everybody's going to be high rise. I feel good. I feel really good. You guys are getting better with your answers, and we're learning a lot more through division, right? Powerful stuff. So I'm going to centralize your systems. I'm going to do hand formation of communications. Your matrix grid system is going to high rise through your appearing activations. 1, 2, 3. So, how does everybody feel? You guys got to go to higher divisions faster, right? So we can get into locations of spaceships and leading ships. So that's what we need through division of pyramid activation systems, right? Got to get into that connection. So, how does everybody feel? Kundalini, rock on. Everybody got an upgrade. Everybody. And when Linda sees this, she'll get upgraded too. She doesn't have to be here. She's connected through me. So she'll be upgraded as soon as she sees this video. Right? She doesn't really have to see the video. It just goes right into her because we're all connected. So it's understanding where you want to go through its illustration, who you want to put on the graphing cycle, if it's a graphing system, if it's a digital format, if it's a computer algorithm graphing system, to the mind system. So Melissa's feeling awesome, Unified feeling it, coming in and manifesting into the system. Oh, you're welcome. Well, you guys deserve it because you guys are learning a lot more, and that's what I want. You're paying attention, you're listening, you're understanding your knowings, you're understanding your doings, get out of the thinkings, okay? You can do that, right? But not in the galactic school. Only when you're in relation to the human vessel, right? When you're in the galactic school, you have to get to the knowings because you have the rock surfaces and everything. You're flying a spacecraft division in location of the matrix grid system. You can't think of these things. You got to know what you're doing, right? So you ask any astronaut, you ask anybody in airplanes or anything through stealths, they don't think of these things. They know what they're doing. Because of the slightest movements, they could crash. They could change everything through the atmospheres, right? Thinking is hesitation in space. Anybody will tell you that. Anybody, especially when you're flying through airplanes or anything through its stealth modes or anything through the F fighters or anything like that, through speed. Remember, you're going like, what, 800 knots, 1,000 knots, going that fast? Are you going to be thinking about these things when you're shooting down planes or anything like that? No, it's knowing and doing, knowing its coordinates, knowing exactly where it's going to be in location. Okay, we do the same things in space, right? So, oh yeah, I'm glad you guys are feeling it, eh? It's powerful stuff. I gave you a lot. Uprise your pyramids. So you got higher coloration patterns now into the matrix system. So I think that's good. We're almost close to 3 hours here. I'm just going to backphrase your questions here. Okay, yeah, I'm caught up with there. You guys got that. So it's letting go. Oh, there's that. It's letting go all that control, our ego being trying to have. So when you're going through communications, anything through the matrix grids or anything through portal activations, when you're doing these things with control and command, you can't have ego. You can't have thinking. You have to only have knowing and doings. That's its healing. Okay. So it's below my YouTube. Drew007.aw@gmail.com. Angel. Anything through email, anything through PayPal, anything through donations, anything you like about the video, anything you learned, anything you experienced. This is extremely powerful energy now because now you guys are connecting through its interforce connections when it comes to higher self, to all communications when it comes to the matrix and the simulation. So you guys are higher divisions now. Your pyramid activations are on a different level. So that's great. So work with that. You're going to see a lot more portals. You're going to see a lot more codes coming in. You're going to see a lot of numbers. You're going to see a lot more flying mechanisms. You're going to see a lot more entity force systems. You're going to see a lot more information coming into you through location, especially when you go to channel divisions, right? So I'll keep watching your channels. So everything that you say is its confidence. So don't feel afraid that you're not doing something right or you're doing something wrong or am I doing this right or am I doing this wrong? That's hesitation. That's thinking. Get into the knowings of doings through its vocabulary system and it comes out through its clarity vision. So ego death was painful, but felt like you have to go through that. But you have to understand life is beautiful and death is beautiful. That's its correlation to anything through its connection of its creation, to its God frequency levels, and everything through its connections to everything. So, see, Sarah's feeling fantastic because I uprise her pyramids. I brought your pyramids to a higher level. You guys have to understand more communications. It's very powerful energy I put into you guys. So, but you got to do it by knowings and doings. If you want to go through healing, if you want to understand the atmospheres, if you want to understand anything through the grounds or anything within, you have to have no ego. You can't have any ego when you come into communications of yourself, right? Get rid of the ego, brush it off, because now you get into knowings and doings, okay? And then you get into the directness, and then you get into the control, then you get into the command. So my kids are feeling it. They're pushing and annoying me, and I'm making the table next to me fall over with everything on it. Yeah, it's very powerful energy, Priscilla, right? Because you have to understand, I opened up all your pyramids. Okay, you guys are a pyramid. So I open up your energy cycles through your energy fields. I open up your portal activations through your third eye. That's what I gave you guys. So all right, so I'm going to let you go with that. Oh, can we see some of our sketches of shirts? I haven't got into that yet, Angel. About, yeah, well, we can do that. We can do that through a timeline. We can definitely get going on that. We can come up with colors. We can come up with names, you know. Yeah, that's something to look at for the Galactic Force team. So, oh, you're extremely welcome, Melissa. It's great to see everybody. Love you guys very much. Questions or comments are great. You can go through my email. You go through my PayPal. You go through my donations. All right. Love you guys. Take it easy.